Good evening, SRA Nation, and welcome to Season 14. Once you've got qualifying, then the main 1 hour race. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Sim Racing Alliance. And this is where it all counts. As all eyes go to the light, and we are racing.
He brakes late, almost takes out the car ahead of him.
He's getting a tow, a flash.
Argy right on the exit, rear end squiggle. Who's going to get the move done here around the outside?
Oh, dang!
Byron ran it so shallow there, and this has become a 4-car battle. Game of inches as the BMW is in the paint.
And we're off and away for SRA.
Good evening, SRA Nation, and welcome to the first race of Season 15. We have an exciting one for you lined up today here in D4, some new faces and returning drivers as well. Joined alongside me in the booth are fellow commentators Anton Rushevich and Donovan Colton. Guys, how are we doing tonight? Oops.
Joining us this time around, of course. It's going to be a blast. Two of my best buddies here in SRA, so excited to share the booth with you guys this season.
Yeah, and likewise for me too. It's exciting to be back in the booth. I took a season off last season, but yeah, excited for D4. D4 is always a fun division to watch. So yeah, looking forward to this season.
Definitely a fun division to watch after what we saw last season, especially in Spa. Anyways, let's take a look at the races for this season and let's see what these drivers have to go through. Of course, our first race today will be in Paul Ricard, so the drivers will be taking their cars to France. The next race will be at the Nürburgring, so we are going to Germany right after, and then into Barcelona for their third race, which is going to be a night race, which will also be pretty early into the season. Donington Park is going to have mixed conditions, but it should mainly be a wet race. Hungaroring right after that, it's going to be dry sessions. Laguna Seca is going to be a wet race as well, or mixed conditions. Kyalami comes right after Laguna Seca in dry conditions, and the final race of the season is going to be Monza. How are you guys feeling about this season's tracks?
This calendar looks awesome. I love Kyalami, Paul Ricard. Although it's not a fan favorite, I think it's great. It produces some fantastic racing, at least from what Donovan and I had in D1 last night. So I'm expecting more of the same from D4. Of course, D4 actually being the home of where I started in SRA, so in Season 12, and the first round was Paul Ricard. So hoping that, some kind of, flame rekindled within me. I could just reminisce about my D4 days. Oh, good times.
Yeah. Paul Ricard. I think that was my second race in SRA. It was actually Paul Ricard, and yeah, it's an interesting track. I mean, it's really kind of difficult to drive, but yeah, going on with the season, there's actually a lot of technical tracks. I think this season. I mean, of course, we have Monza, which is not known for being super technical, but yeah, no, it's a great calendar. There's a lot of fan favorites. A lot of people like Kyalami. I mean, some tracks maybe are not some people's favorites, but most people who know me know how I feel about round 2, being the GP circuit instead of full Nords, but we won't get into that. We'll save that for next week.
Okay. You know what, Donovan?
They sneak in.
It happened once, it's not going to happen again. That's all.
I might just sneak in the Nordschleife.
I know. I'm going to accidentally turn left at the end instead of turn right.
Hey, didn't you already do that in a practice session? You already turned left after the Mercedes arena?
Yes, I did. I did that yesterday.
Yep.
Let's move on to the track map for today. As I said before, we are going to be at Paul Ricard, and I'll hand this one over to Anton.
Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, Paul Ricard, super technical. It's quite challenging to get a hot lap together, as the track limits are very unforgiving. Turn 1, Turn 2, very key section here. You want to really get the car over the apex in Turn 1 and maximize your exit into Turn 2. And of course, being very wary of those track limits. There are bollards on the left side. If you touch any of them with a piece of your car, whether it be the tire or a quarter panel or the front bumper, it's game over. Lap's gone. So you got to be really within those boundaries, and obviously carrying the speed is going to be very tough. Turn 3, Turn 4, also very, technical section like Turn 1 and Turn 2, a little bit lower speed, but it's important as well to be within those track limits to maximize your lap time. Turn 5 leads into Turn 6, which heads onto the Mistral Straight with Turn 7. This is the longest straight, I believe, on the calendar. I believe it's a mile long, at least. Obviously, there's no chicane in the middle like there is in the F1 layout. So these drivers, especially the cars like the Lexus or not like the Mustang, which is something to talk about after the track map, because the Mustang received a restrictor change, which basically limits its power on the straight. Cars like the Lexus and the Ferrari 296 are really going to have a good time on this back straight, overtaking people. Turn 8, super fast right. Another one of those corners where you have the bollards on the outside. Got to keep it in those bounds and carry the speed. And you head into probably the most challenging 2 corners on the track, that being Turn 9 and Turn 10. Very difficult to get the car in the perfect position to maximize your speed. And a lot of lap time can be gained in these 2 corners alone. Turn 11 is a very short sweeping right-hander as opposed to Turn 8. So kind of just shorten the line up to Turn 12 and then finish a lap into Turn 13 and across the start-finish line.
Yeah, it's a great track, and yeah, like you mentioned on Turn 9 and 10, you could gain a lot of time there, but you could also lose a lot of time there. That a lot of qualifying laps are kind of made or lost with those 2 turns, I feel like.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I lost a few chances of getting the car up in the top 5 positions in those 2 corners alone yesterday. So hopefully these drivers today don't have the same issue I had, because Lord knows I was a little frustrated with myself after, but that's racing. So
yeah,
it's definitely a technical track. Definitely not one of my favorites. Could do without it, but that's not what we're here for. Let's take a look at our driver lineup for Division 4 starting off. I'm gonna pass this on to Donovan Colton.
Yeah. So we don't have much to look out for points because it's the first race of the season, but we do get to look at a lot of these drivers. Some returning drivers. We got the Morgan brothers. I almost said leading. Again, we don't have any points, so nobody's leading anybody right now.
Leading in spirit.
And then leading in spirit. They're going to be hoping to be leading, I'm sure. We're going down. We got Ryan Van Epps in the Lexus with CJ Carter. Lexus is going to be really strong here, so that's going to be a team to look out for. Mike Heisner and Jaroslav Koval. I've always pronounced just the last name because I'm terrible at pronouncing names. So
I think it was pretty good.
Yeah, that's close. 992. The 992 is a bit tricky, at least for me here, but so, and then Hunter Galen and John Ansom. John Ansom, a long-time member here. Chris Sweeney and Steven Music, they're in the Ford Mustang. Now, the Ford Mustang we talked about briefly has that power restrictor, so that's going to be something to watch out for. Corey Mummery and Rodrigo Moreno, some more returning drivers. Justin Sacombe, a long time member with Draka Tibbets, who is a long time member as well, and I have not seen Draka on the grid since like season 10, so that's going to be fun to see. Sebastian Rock and Cesare Pankowicz.
Yep.
Pankowicz, that's it. In the Honda, that's a tricky car here. Turn 8 at the end of the straight, really tricky there. Tyler Thompson, Thomas Greer, some fellow OBDA brethren in the Bentley. Love to see it. Ian Gilchrist and and Finn in the McLaren. More returning drivers. Cube Master and Austin Townsend. Cube not teamed with his long term teammate Sean Daniels, but they're in the Porsche again. Should be interesting to see here.
Let me just add this. Cube Master is actually the silver division winner last season. So props to him. He's in gold now.
Absolutely. Well, not very often do you get a championship and then not get promoted.
He's got a different ground now. For sure.
We had our gold winner, Wheezy, I believe. He moved up to D3, so he's currently racing in Division 3.
I think he went up too, didn't he go to D2?
No, Mason Moffat did.
Mason Moffat
that was
did,
the
yeah.
other championship contender in D4. But, I mean, let's be honest.
That's he
That guy
was
way too
bagging
fast.
hard, man.
He would have smoked everybody. So good to have in D2. He's definitely getting up there in pace super quickly. He reminds me of myself a little bit. Not to toot my own horn, but you know.
yeah.
Anyway,
but yeah, we got Darren and Matt Mattisey. I mean, both of those drivers are super long-term SRA members, so it's good to see him back. Shane Lewis, Dylan Bonsell in the McLaren, and if we go to the next page, I think.
That?
Yeah. Tamara Novak. I've seen him in MCM for a couple seasons now, so I think this is the first time in Team Series, so good to see him here. Mike Furrow. Yeah. Stefan Buckley and Rafcab, long-term members in the Lexus. Love to see it.
OBDA.
I'm not biased or anything. Yeah, OBDA. Yeah. Peter Reynolds and Gabriel Allard in the M4. Christian Holmes, Scott Johnson in the AMR. Sloppy Uwu and Garrett Lord. Yeah. In the Lambo. Anthony Lombardo and Charland in the McLaren. Kevin Johnston, Jacob Curtis in the Lexus again. I always love to see the Lexus. I'm not biased. Steven Sarver, Steve Foster. We're into some single drivers I've noticed here too. So ones that had a hard time finding a teammate. Let's look like we got a few of them. We got Clay Rocazella, I think.
Rocazella.
Yeah, that sounds close. In the McLaren, Sergio Lindio, Darian Ferrer from Columbia TC8 team. In the not in the McLaren, BMW, Vincent Nicola and Edward Ryan. So yeah, a few drivers there without a teammate. This is a team series, obviously. That's what we call it. But sometimes it's hard to find a teammate in your car, especially for like Edward Ryan there in the Nissan. That's kind of a tricky car to find a teammate sometimes. I believe he's the only one in D4. So yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a quick car. It's kind of hard to control, at least in my experience. So it really takes some getting used to. So I'm not surprised that no one really went for it. But like you said, I know you're not biased. Clearly, a lot of Lexuses here. It's going to be interesting if they could really take advantage of that straight line speed. It's a little bit lackluster on the brakes in the aero department. So cars like the Ferrari 296 are really going to eat the Lexus up in those corners where braking is very important, or really high aero moments such as turn 8, where you need to carry a lot of min speed through the corner and obviously not lose it out of the track limits. So a lot of varying types of cars here, a lot of straight line speed, a lot of cornering speed, a lot of braking, not a lot of Mustangs, as I mentioned earlier. So just really quickly going over that, Mustang has been kind of refactored into a less powered version of the same car. So effectively it lost a little bit of its straight line speed, but gained in return a lot more braking potential and aero potential, as it has been compensated with some minus kg ballasts.
I think it's actually going to be pretty interesting. We had so many Mustangs last season and so few this season, but I think it's actually going to be a really good car this season. It's going to be pretty fun, I think, with that weight taken off, a little bit lighter on its feet, and I think it's going to be pretty strong. But yeah, there's only one Ford Mustang team. They're Prestige Worldwide. So yeah, that should be interesting to watch the Mustang this season for sure.
The one Mustang team.
The one Mustang team.
Yeah,
2 cars among many.
Yeah.
So that's why we need the picture just to watch their Mustang team.
Yeah, just follow along with them as the race goes on. See if they overtake anybody on the straight. I'm sure they will, but like they just got to get a good exit, be close in the slipstream.
As long as it's not the Lexus.
I'm sure something will happen. Oh yeah, good luck. Good luck trying to overtake that car. That thing is gonna run away from the very beginning of the straight. It just keeps climbing and climbing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Some people think it's not fair. I say it's fair just because of it's pretty bad everywhere else. 3.
So. It is so bad in Sector 3.
Hey, if you can take advantage of that, or like at least be semi-decent with it, it's definitely a really, really good car. So
absolutely. I mean, I'm biased. It's the best car in ACC, but I'm super biased.
Oh, we know, Don. You've been a Lexus fan for a long, long time, and I used to clown you for it, but I hopped on the bandwagon like last season for one race.
Yep.
So,
Yep. Yeah.
stay tuned. Will I switch cars next week or not? Ooh, find out.
Not
Anyway,
happening.
Well,
yeah,
we have
I
all
think
that
quali just
settled.
started, right?
We have our teams. We have our drivers. You've seen them all, and now it's time for you to see our sponsors for SRA. But before we do that, I just want to mention, if you are enjoying the type of content we push out, it'd be really appreciated if you liked and subscribed. Helps us get out more with the algorithm and stuff. But thanks again, and on to our sponsors.
A huge thank you to our SRA sponsors and title sponsors for supporting us here at SRA, as well as support from Documise, a modern business solution for product management. Go to documise.com to learn more today. And support from Retro Saga, a North American-based gaming company that provides accessories for your favourite classic systems, including Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation, and much more. Enhance your retro gaming experience today at retrosaga.ca. And a big thank you to our affiliates, Track Racer. Experience redefined gaming with Track Racer's high quality sim rigs and accessories. Use code SRATE at checkout to support us. Armamentario, a toolbox for ACC that will enhance your chance to win. Enjoy a fully customizable and enhanced HUD to change the way you experience ACC. AT3D Sim Shop. Upgrade your sim racing experience today with premium 3D printed accessories featuring precision crafted magnetic shifters, sleek cable management solutions, versatile stream deck mounts, and immersive dashboard displays. Their innovative designs enhance performance and style, elevate every lap with top-tier quality and craftsmanship at at3d.net. Go Setups, premium esports setups for everybody. Use our affiliate link on our Discord and take your drive to the next level. Castle and Cauldron, a home-based crafting business specialising in handmade Harry Potter, Fantastic Beasts and Fairy World collectibles. Magic wands, potions, mini dioramas, wall decor, costumery, cosplay, and much more. Castle and Cauldron is where crafting meets the magical. Visit facebook.com/Castle Cauldron. And from KP Concepts, your source for custom automotive renderings, graphic design, and printing. We spend countless hours making you look all good for the spectacle. Check out kpconcepts.com for more.
We are back.
think.
Yeah, I think
We
your
are
audio
back.
should be good. And we are a bit late to quali, but we have made it just in time for the silvers to start setting their hot laps. If you guys are new to SRA, the way our hot laps work, I believe for this race at least, the silver drivers are the first ones to drive out, and they get 10 minutes of quali. It's a 20-minute session or 21-minute session, but they leave at 20 minutes 30 seconds. Once their session is up at 10 minutes, the gold drivers come out and they start their hot laps. And I mean, that's pretty much quali. Right now, Steven Sarver sets the best time with a 156 straight, followed by Nicolette 156.05, Van Epps with a 156.165, and Music in that Mustang with a 156.420, and Mike Farrow in a 156.465. That is your top 5 for the silver drivers. And
Yeah, I mean, it's already kind of like thin margins, right? You know, especially with 1 and 2, it's only 0.05 of a second on a longer lap, might I add, you know. But looking at the deltas, we have Steven Music currently up, looks like almost 0.8 of a second, and he's only on the back straight right now. So, you know, pulling those Mustang legs along, one of the 2 Mustangs in this one division.
Yeah.
let's
Yeah,
see
that
if we
should
can,
be-
you know, put it up somewhere.
Yeah. Well, and one thing to mention is the silver drivers start on a fast track. So it should be getting optimum within, for me, it was in the 3rd lap as a silver driver in D1. But yeah, so it should be pretty getting quite a bit faster as we go along. I mean, the track on my 4th lap compared to my 1st lap was just not even the same track. It was so much grippier. So yeah, that will make the gold drivers have because even once they switch optimum, it still gets a little bit faster. So you know, the gold drivers get a much better track than the silver drivers for this week.
Yeah, for sure. It seems a little bit unfair for them, doesn't it?
That's what makes them the gold
Yeah,
drivers.
for sure. I say as a silver driver.
I'm not complaining. I'm golden D1.
I know,
so,
yeah.
you know, I get the best circumstances in these kind of conditions. So keep doing it. I like it. Edward Ryan shooting to the top with a 55.880, currently only 400ths ahead of Steven Sarver and Mike Farrow. Not too far behind, actually, only 200ths off of Sarver's time. And as we approach, you know, as the track does pick up, it does ramp up a little bit with the robbery getting on the track. A lot of drivers will start to, you know, eke some more time out. Steven Sarver currently almost half a second up on his current time. As
Lombardo goes up all the way to pole position.
And there it is. That's the track evolving. There it is.
Keep our eyes on Steven Sarver.
55.4. Yep. Currently, his best Sector 1 is a 31.8. I don't see really anyone close to that. The quickest other Sector 1 I see is a 32.3. So we've got to stay within those bounds, guys. You know, keep it within track limits. You will be rewarded.
Look at this. Steven Sarver looking for a 7/10 improvement. He's into the final corner. Can he find this improvement? Can he gain more time? Can he keep the 7/10? No, he's going to drop down to 6/10. That's going to put him on top, though. That's enough to push Lombardo out. Nicolette goes to 2nd, pushing Lombardo further back down. Mac Morgan actually getting 4th position. That's going to push Ryan out of the top 5 or the top 4. So a lot of lead changes, a lot of position changes as well. And
The track actually has gone off to him now, so the drivers will get to experience a little bit of that D4 gold goodness. That is better qualifying conditions.
Yeah.
So it's not too long that they have to take advantage of this, but let's see if they can really, improve on their time. Sarver's still really close on his delta, but he's going to have the better conditions for his last lap or two.
Yeah, and another thing that you kind of mentioned when we were talking about the track is track limits can be pretty difficult. Yeah, yesterday I had a moment too. Was I got track limits on the last turn, which invalidated my next lap. So yeah, it's really easy to ruin a lap with track limits here. So that's something to definitely watch out for when you're working on qualifying here, especially when it's such a difficult track to drive just period and get pace out, especially in this Sector 3. And then to have it ruined by track limits can be a little bit frustrating, but yeah, it's definitely just another thing to worry about when you're trying to get in a lap.
For sure. I don't like track limits. I think we should delete them from the game.
Yeah, then we could just skip, entire chicanes.
Optimal lines everywhere.
Yeah, especially here. I mean, look at how many.
Dude, I'd be doing 140s. You kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
You guys ever just mess around with going off track completely and seeing what you could do with pretending there's no track limits? What times you can do?
I don't know if I have really, to be honest, but yeah, we see Nicolette here going to the top with a 55.0. I don't know if can we get deltas on the leaderboard?
I mean, Ryan Van Epps is almost a second up on his current time, and that would put him pretty close to the top 2. Loses a little bit on entry, but he gains a lot on exit. And the turn 13, he's currently 1.1 up. Let's see where it puts him. Oh, crossing the line, Ryan Van Epps goes to P2.
P2.
Oh yeah,
yeah, nice.
55.0. That's really solid time for, especially in these dying laps with the conditions still improving. As the gold drivers cross that 10-minute mark and they are released onto the track. Mac Morgan currently P5, and his brother, who's actually also in D4, not silver, he's gold, Trey Morgan. Bit of a rivalry there. They are teammates, but they've been on the same team, been in the same division. One has usually been either in the same are a little bit like higher class, whether it be Mac or Trey. I remember Mac won his first race in SRA at Nürburgring GP. I think it was season 13 it was, when he was in D6. And I think Trey shortly joined after that. So these brothers are a duo to be feared in Division 4, especially this season.
Yeah.
McLaren is a quite strong car, so hoping that they can find some success with it. As we watch, let's see Trey, if he can get close to his brother in lap times.
So Charlin
Oh,
is
we
going to
still
be
got-
the last silver driver.
Yeah, I remember seeing. I think there were 2 drivers that made it across the line. At but one of them was Nicolette actually, but unfortunately made a bit of a mistake going into turn 3, so just decided to call it quits there.
Charlin is still improving in his time. He's only currently about a 10th up.
Which
As he
has
pushes
to
to
do-
the corner.
I wonder if this might not be a legal lap, because silver was 10:30 is when qualifying time cut off, and that would have been probably a 10-minute time, and cuts the lap short too, so maybe something was mentioned in the chat, but yeah, I don't think that was a legal lap anyway.
Inspector Donovan Colton at your service.
I know, yeah. Tattletale.
This guy's watching like a hawk.
yeah, I'm watching.
Don't do
Always
illegal
watching.
things, guys. It's not good.
Yeah, Draka Tibbets here. The last time I'm pretty sure last time I saw him on track was, or maybe it was the last time we shared a track, was back in season 10 D5, and I remember he got a podium at that point. This is actually one of his better tracks, if I remember correctly. It has been so long since I've
sorry,
seen
just got
Draka.
the
It's been over a
deltas.
year. But yeah, no worries. Yeah, that. But yeah, it's good to see him on track again, especially I think a track that he's comfortable with.
With the silver division finishing their quali here, our gold drivers are coming out. They have finished their out laps, so this should be the first hot laps for all the drivers here, unless they have an invalid right now. Doesn't, well, a couple of them do, but they have another chance.
I feel like it's kind of easy to get an invalid lap on your first lap. Oh, Draka well wide on turn 8 there. That is such an easy turn to do that, but yeah, well wide there on. I think it's still in track limits. That's not though.
Oh,
That's
yeah, that
not
shouldn't
on
be in
limits.
track limits. And
Yeah.
yes, he is
I'm
going to
pretty-
be invalid. Trey Morgan, not the. Who is the leading lap without a, or who's the leading car without an invalid here?
It's
Is that
357. It's Darren Robichaud, right?
357? Yeah, Darren Robichaud I think is the lead driver. That should be on a valid lap.
Let's see where he
296 of all
lands.
cars.
8
Yeah,
tenths
that
off
I feel like
pace.
is a quite a bit of a different car for Darren. Usually I feel like he drives front engine cars.
Eventually, everyone
we're the
drives the
BMW.
Ferrari. Eventually.
Yeah. Well, they've lost all hope.
Yeah, I haven't driven it yet. I mean, I've driven it a couple times, but never done a season in it. So yeah, first lap, putting in, not quite representative of what Darren can do, I know, but
It's a banker lap, right? You know,
exactly.
Yes.
You have to get, yeah, and this is a you know, especially with the long turn. I mean, the
Oh
long
my
straight.
goodness.
It's really easy to. Yeah, that's a pretty good first flying lap there from Justin Sacombe back in the BMW. That's a familiar sight to see. But yeah, all the way going to P3 right at the beginning. So that's a good showing. He's going to be. Definitely, I think is going to be one to reckon with here.
Well,
Totally to
conditions,
track limits.
yeah, conditions are definitely different right now from the practice session. Matt Matassi in the practice session though did have the fastest lap for gold, and we saw Vincent Nicolette taking pole position for the silver drivers. He did have the fastest lap for the silvers in the practice session. Eyes are on Matassi though, as well as Seacombe, who we just saw move on to P3. So he had the second fastest. Both of them were hitting a 154. So a lot to expect from them. Ryan Van Epps looks like he's lagging out of this server.
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
Peter Wazinski? Crabman?
Yeah.
The legend of season 14, Imola? You guys were there for that. If you know, you know.
If you know,
That's
you
all I'm gonna
know.
say.
It
You should have
happened
been
it happened the race before too. It was amazing.
the GOAT.
Turned his car forward, by the way.
Yeah, it's almost like the tires had like completely negative camber and toe. It's insane. It's like, what is happening? This is not normal for GT3s to do.
Seacombe is crossing the line. Look at his delta. It looks like he's taking pole position with a 154.9. That's pole position. Trey Morgan moving up a 154.9. Or sorry, Trey Morgan getting the pole.
Yeah,
getting a
Justin's got a
154.6.
154.6.
Seacombe is a 154.6.
Yeah, that's a strong time. 3/10 clear of Trey Morgan. Yeah, it's definitely a strong time for a provisional pole right now. The best time that Matassi got was a 54.4. So yeah, that's getting close to the practice times.
Cube's gonna be going off.
Cube. Yeah, Cube losing out on this lap. It seems like he's gonna have at least one more chance, probably two more. Matt is still getting his bearings, it seems, in this qualifying session, about a second down from provisional pole, but
is
again,
finding
still
time.
have time.
Yeah.
Yep, still
Sweeney
have time.
also finding time though. 4/10 up. He is on the back straight. None of the top two are finding time so far. So right now Sweeney's up 4/10. Shane Foster is up 0 seconds. So right behind Sweeney.
It's Steve Foster, not Shane Foster. We got
Oh, sorry.
a few Steves
Sorry
or
about
Stevens
that.
in this division. Right now. No Shanes.
It's race controls cutting off the first name. Trey Morgan going off. That's going to be the end of his lap. He's going to have another chance, but it's going to cut close. Where is Sweeney going to end up? That's 7/10. That's enough for pole position, but Seacombe is looking to defend, but he's about to finish a lap trying to improve. Can he hold off Sweeney? Seacombe's going to cross the line.
He's still improving. 54.50. It's currently have a second clear of
Oh
anybody.
no, Sweeney losing the time, but he's gonna be pushing the P2. Not enough to get pole. So Seacombe's gonna defend that pole position for now.
You guys are too quick, man. D4 isn't what it used to be.
That's how all the divisions are.
Division 4, I remember it was super chill. You know, I qualified, what, P16 in my first race? I was like, man, it's going to be a long season. Matt Massey goes up to P6. Let me tell you, I tried the 296 here. It's really good except everywhere. It's good everywhere but turn 8. Turn 8 is like death in that car. It wants to just push wide, and then also the 296 is known for some crazy wacky suspension. It just I don't know, it just bounces. Like,
Yep.
why?
You've taken
I
it
don't
to
know.
Watkins. You exit the bus stop and there's like this bump and just like kills you instantly. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
Pretty sure I did that
That's
during
why I got a car.
League in a Week, and I just like flew over someone. So, you know.
Hello? What?
My favorite first experience in the 296 was Arouge Radion at
Oh, there
Spa,
we go.
which we see a bit of a Ferrari moment there in T8. That's
I'm
what you were
telling
talking about.
It's impossible, man. It's so
Yeah.
annoying. Oh, that car is off
we got
track.
that.
That's
yeah,
the end of their
Porsche.
qualifying.
Yeah, Balin out there, not improving. Yeah, we see.
Go on,
Matt Matassi going up a little bit in this. I think he's still got some pace left in him though.
Just gotta keep it within the bouncers, quite close to the blue line.
Another
'cause
car
if you
going
cross the
off.
white
There.
line, there it's over.
It's Buckley.
Yeah.
Let's see where Matt
He
Matassi
definitely lost
lands.
some time. Oh, gains
Yeah,
like 2/10 in that one corner. My God.
Oh, he's losing
A
it
little
though.
bit wide from the apex. Yeah, a little bit wide.
This delta is lying. I don't like it.
Race control's bugging again.
Unbelievable. Fix this software.
This is where he needs to show out. This is where he needs to find time. He has found that time. That's almost 5/10. That's going to put him in P2 or 3. P3. Matt Matassi is on the podium.
Justin Secondby. I mean, take a bow. At least so far. I don't think anyone's going to come close to his time because he just absolutely dominated qualifying. We have Vincent Nicolette currently in P5. Very, very
That's
solid.
pretty good.
for Silver Drive. Yeah, considering that the track conditions
Silver.
are really bad.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
Especially in the Porsche, it's tough. Ryan Van Epps P7, the top Lexus driver.
Here we
in
go.
P4.
Robichaud on his
P8.
final lap too. This is the final goal driver for quali. This is who they're waiting for. Can he find more time? Is Koval doing a lap? No, he's already crossed the start finish. So we're just waiting on Robichaud. Where will he land? Can he find more time here? P19 is where he's at. Looking for a better position maybe. Losing time. Entering the final corner now.
Put the foot on the gas pedal. Go. Oh, I thought he was going in the pits. Never mind.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the session. He
Whoops.
is unable to find a time. Or music is going to be right in front of him. But again, ladies and gentlemen, your top 5 is going to be consisted of Seacombe, Sweeney, Matassi, Morgan, and Nicolette.
These guys are fast. We have 5 different constructors in the top 5. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's
You know.
great. That's our custom
it.
bop at work, right?
Something like that. I mean, look at that Mustang in P2. It's not that
Yeah.
bad, guys. It's not
See,
bad.
yeah. Well, no, it's actually really good, but where it's going to struggle is in the race on the straight, and that's hilarious to say that a Mustang is going to struggle on the straight, but it's not going to be the fastest, especially against the Ferrari, especially against the Lexus. Those are both cars that are really strong on the straight here. So, but yeah, I like seeing how, I mean, honestly, it's a really diverse top 10 too, because we get the Lexus, the Bentley, you know, a Lambo, a Porsche, and I mean, it's a really diverse top 10 there.
If only D1 was like this.
I know, yeah. The 10
D1
17
follows
Mustangs,
the
and then
meta,
the next
man.
season, 10 Lexuses. Man, unbelievable. Who would drive the Lexus? Come on.
I know, right? Yeah, that's crazy.
Couldn't be me.
I don't really know a good
yeah.
camera to look at all the liveries, but we can see most
Yeah,
of them.
we could, I mean, if we could, yeah,
Just go in
Yeah,
F7,
that's-
just like go down the line.
F7?
That's what I
yeah,
would
we
do.
could, yeah, we could do
there
that.
you go.
What
And then
is
use the
this?
arrow keys to like
Oh,
direct it.
whoa.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Today I learned.
Yes.
Now that livery seems to be pretty
this
basic.
one's pretty diverse. I don't know what
that
you're
looks-
talking about.
I think it's to save weight. You know, take
This
the
is-
paint off
That's
the car.
true. Yeah, that's the Mercedes Silver Arrow.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Justin's cheating. He's cheating.
This is that special off-white. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice with the gold wheels. I will say.
It is, yeah, it's very nice. That's
Yeah,
Seacombe's
actually,
livery, Sweeney. Oh, okay. So we gotta do this for all the cars.
I mean, we could go through the move them.
You can use the
yeah.
so you can use the mouse wheel to scroll up, and
Okay.
it'll go faster. And then you can use the arrow keys to just go everywhere.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Just
We're learning in real time here.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
we got.
That's a beautiful Mustang, by the way.
I know.
That is, yeah, that's a really
Wait,
nice.
will it
nice
follow the
livery
Mustang?
there.
I don't know if it'll follow. Just
If
leave
you,
me in
if
the-
you just clicked F7, it does follow the Mustang.
Okay.
Something I want.
Oh
I
my
just
goodness, that's
noticed
weird.
Lombardo's in the pits. Lombardo's in the pits. Did not hit
Lombardo?
drive.
Oh.
I think.
Dude,
Uh-oh.
I've been
From
there.
P10,
It's
I've
gutting.
been there as well. I've been there as well. It is terrible.
Y'all gotta hit
but yeah,
drive.
that's a bummer to see. Yeah, who wouldn't hit drive, Anton?
Definitely not me. I did that actually last season, guys. So in the practice race in Indianapolis.
Pretty
Not
sure
my
I did
brightest
it in a
moment.
Oh,
practice
look at
race
that.
too
The
last
Kellogg's
season.
livery.
Yeah, that looks
Anyway.
awesome. Yeah.
I think we should go down the grid real quick before the race starts.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe I'm trying to do deliveries, but I guess not.
Yeah, so we got Justin Secondby, P1 in the BMW, Chris Sweeney, P2 in the Mustang, the godforsaken Mustang of season 14. No one wants to drive that car anymore. Matt Mattisey in the Ferrari 296 P3. Trey Morgan bested his brother in qualifying in round 1. Let's see if Matt can bounce back in future rounds. P4 from Trey Morgan. P5, Vincent Nicolet, the highest qualifying silver driver driving the 992 this season. Steve Foster, Ryan Van Epps, Tyler Thompson, Steven Sarver, and Mac Morgan round out the top 10. Corey Mummery, CJ Carter in P12, Edward Ryan in the Seoul Nissan GTR of Division 4. Garrett Lorp, I believe he's probably teammates with Steven Sarver, considering that's the other Lambo on the grid. Mike Farah, P15, Cube Master, P16, silver division champion. You expect him to be a little bit higher, but Porsche is quite difficult to come to grips with into this track, so hopefully he redeems himself in the race. But I mean, P16, that's where I started at Paul Ricard, and I finished P3, so maybe it'll happen for him, maybe. Steven Music at P17, John Anson P18, Darren Robichaud P19, Draka Tibbets in P20, Raf Cab, OBDA, P21, Cesare Penkovitz in P22, Finn Jen P23, Stefan Buckley P24, Yaroslav Koval in P25, Gale in P26, Brad Charlotte in 27th, Dylan Bonsall, I believe he was in P6 last season, so quite a big jump for him in Division 4 now this season, and a P28, Sebastian Rock, trusty old Honda for him in P29, Dario Ferrer in P30, Allard in 31st, Gilchrist in 32nd, Roccazella in P33, Rodrigo Moreno P34, Mike Kaiser in P35, Rowdy Burns in P36, and Lombardo didn't hit drive. He's in P37. I believe he was starting in the top 20, right?
P10.
At least we get
P10.
to see his livery.
Yeah, qualified P10.
Yeah, I mean that livery is pretty nice to be fair. So
It is. I mean, the visual SimSport liveries are always so nice, but yeah,
QR code.
really great livery. Hey,
There's a QR code on the front.
Yeah,
There's a QR code.
Guys, you should scan it. Anyway, I think the drivers are starting to line up side by side now. So
we're lining side by side.
Who's gonna take a race start?
I mean, I can do it. Up to
Go
you
for
guys,
it.
But okay, I got it. All right, so track limits. Be careful, everybody. You do not want to get a drive-through within the first lap. I know somebody got a drive-through. I think when I was in Division 4, somebody got a drive-through in like 4 laps. Don't do that. It sucks. Very demoralizing. It's a really long race, so
You gotta
keep it on track.
different, man.
Yeah, long race. The race isn't decided on lap 1, but if you're just in second B with that quality pace, it really might be. So if you could just get away cleanly, have a good start, and just lean into turn 1, you can shoot off into the distance. I don't know, it could be an absolute dominant performance. But here we go. Justin Secondby and Chris Sweeney lining up side by side as the flag goes green, and it's racing at Paul Ricard. Justin Secondby gets a better start, it seems, pulls over to the right a little bit to get the racing line, and covers off Chris Sweeney a little bit. He's still on the inside for the corner. Chris Sweeney knocking off those cones.
Whoa,
And
there's
Trey
contact.
Morgan-
That's P3. That's Trey Morgan.
Big dive. Oh no. Hits Chris Sweeney's side pod. I guess there's no side pods on GT3s, but hits the door of Chris Sweeney, and Justin Secondby is long gone already. Trey Morgan with a pretty audacious down in P22 now as the Delta resets.
Such a strong quality pushes him back into P20, like you said. Kind of reminds me of
it's
Mason Moffat the last
quite
race. Yeah.
Well, actually, Mason's racing tonight, so maybe he's
Maybe
well
it
this
happened to him right now.
yeah. Well, hopefully not, right?
Yeah.
You got a lead change. That's going to be a fight on the back straight. Thompson, Nicolet, and Van Epps looking to go 3 wide into the fast right-hander. We got another lead change. These two, Ryan and Farrow, looks like they've settled their differences. So
The up and over.
Up and over.
Switch there. Yeah, so that's Farrow there in the Porsche. Yeah.
What a move.
Really tight
I like
battling between them. Yeah,
And we did miss some move from Nicolet here. I'm gonna go back just for the move, so we see them on the on the right-hander. I might not have gotten him actually.
I think this might be a
Oh, yeah,
bit
no.
of yeah, it might have been a Lexus moment going deep there on the brakes. The Lexus is really hard there on the braking. Yeah,
One
it
of the-
looks like.
Hold on.
Oh no, I was just gonna say it looked like. I mean, so for a lot of this grid, I don't know if the crash.
Oh, look at
we
these
are
moves!
tight
Look
here,
at these moves on
double
the last
side by
corner.
side.
Who was that?
Oh,
my
my goodness,
gosh,
look at
a
all the
lot of
cars making
diving.
moves.
Insane.
wow.
Guys, you still have an hour
It's
to
the
go.
first lap, guys. Relax.
All or nothing.
I mean,
for a
hey,
lot
I'm
of these
entertained.
drivers.
Are you not entertained?
Yeah.
Porsche versus the
Absolutely.
Ferrari into turn one. The Porsche is going to back
Around
out a
the
little bit,
outside.
but the Ferrari is going to brake late. The Porsche is going to grab that lead. That's Burns and Moreno.
Oh, yeah, keeping it a little bit, safer there, and just slotting in behind. That's honestly pretty wise.
Oh my goodness.
Really tight line here into
There was
T3.
contact behind them as well.
Yeah.
So even in
This
the
race is crazy.
even in the
Yeah,
past like
we're only in lap 2.
25 drivers, the bottom half
Oh,
of the
up the
grid is
inside.
still fighting. There's
Oh.
contact, slight contact. We have a move onto the outside. The Porsche is going to be taking that. That's going to be Burns, sorry, in that green Porsche.
Interestingly enough, I'm pretty sure that was still valid lap there for Burns as well, which is kind of funny to see because, he went so wide there. Usually you don't take
Whoa.
it that wide, but when you're side by side, yeah, look how tight these drivers are. The long straight kind of, promotes this really tight, which can make T8 a little bit awkward. But yeah, it's no surprise to see the Lexus out there front in that group.
Yeah, we're going back to our race leader. There's still pressure. Pressure is gaining as Sweeney following behind him right on his tail. Seacombe not finding a room to breathe here, but Shane Foster looking to join the fight as well. So these top three are going to be battling out. We'll keep an eye on them, but for now there's more drivers trying to look for positions. A lot of drivers here. There's contact there. Oh my goodness. That could have ended really badly.
Yeah,
You all need to chill out.
A little bit of bumping. Yeah,
It's too
yeah,
much
that-
bumping
You
for
look,
me.
just look at the
I
map.
can't
Everyone
take it.
is like right behind each other.
Yeah.
Matt
Yeah,
Madison trying
everybody-
to make do with what he got because he's currently down 19 positions from where he started. I suppose he got collected by Trey Morgan in that turn 1 incident.
Yes.
At one point he was down 27 positions, but he's back up to P22, so only down 19. Really gonna try to make up that ground that he lost. At the
Oh, there's
start.
Matassi. What happened to Matassi?
Yeah. He got collected by Trey
Oh,
in that
no.
incident.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, really big bummer. But he's got some pace. So and got a decent car. He is behind Alexis, which can be a little bit tricky. But otherwise, he is in a good car for this track. You could definitely make overtakes. The
seen that
Lexus
Lexus
ahead for
with the
yeah,
slipstream.
Stephen Buckley, has got quite a run. Should be totally clear of the McLaren. Maybe not quite. No,
It's
not
not
quite.
fair. Lexus is OP. Please block.
Hey now, watch yourself.
I'm driving
But,
it too, man.
I know, I know. But yeah, everybody looks like slotting into a line, going into this sector 3. A little bit wide there from Stephen Buckley. Is that going to open anything up for the Honda? Nope.
While we were
We
on
have
board
the-
there with Cesare Pankowitz, I just want to point out that the Honda.
Whoa,
He
who's
was
that going
spoiled.
reverse?
We got a
That's
90
Seacombe.
page.
That is
Oh,
Seacombe.
what happened? But oh,
No
Please
good.
tell
Oh,
me
he
I
lost a
have it.
position to Chris
he
Sweeney
lost a
earlier.
position too. Yeah.
Yeah. Was there a dive?
Oh, there's
Oh.
penetration.
Oh no, yeah.
And
Who's
there's the
that
first
from?
penetration of the season. Oh.
Oh wow.
Close. Oh my god.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Hold
No.
your brakes.
Oh whoa.
He's not made it far. So what happened? He had to have been hit on a rejoin or something as well. That is bad going to worse there for Justin. That's terrible.
Steven Sarver P4. Bringing the Lambo pretty high up. Because that car is not strong on the straights. It's pretty impressive to see that. It's getting
Lambo-
very racy
yeah.
out here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that is one of the that's one of the hardest cars to race here. Just considering it does not have.
Look at these
the
two
top
going too
end.
wide. They're fighting for that position right now. There's contact
by
between
side.
them.
I'm
Now,
surprised there's so many side by sides going through turn 7. You'd think you'd wait until the straight to make it a lot easier for these drivers, but because
whoa,
of
they're
this,
going 3
we got
wide. They're going
Ryan.
3 wide.
Yeah.
Scratch
Look
that.
at
Look at
Lexus.
this. Look at what's.
Lexus is gaining still. Poor Bentley. This is like, I don't know. This is horrible for the.
Oh my goodness, that yeah.
3 wide into turn 8.
3 wide, and they successfully make it through. That GTR is going to. Yeah, that GTR is gonna make it out in front of all of them. Can he hold on to it though? That Lexus had to knew better than to dive into it. Looks like they're still fighting for position. That's gonna be Pharaoh and Ryan. Look at these two. Absolutely no mercy. Oh my goodness, almost make contact.
Side by side again.
Pharaoh's
Yes.
really holding his own. This is amazing.
Yeah, really. Yeah, really trying to not make this easy for Ryan. Ryan thought, with them sliding.
Oh my goodness, the dive by the Lexus. The Lexus tries to make it through, but the
That's
Porsche
the
sticks his
Bentley,
elbows
right?
out.
It's the Bentley.
Yeah,
Oh, that's the
of
Bentley.
Tyler
Oh my-
Thompson. Yeah, what a dive there from
By the
Tyler.
Ben-
Is he going to peak? Is he going to dive here into turn
my
1?
God.
Oh my goodness,
He
look
is.
at that
Wow, that is
speed into
quite
the
the
corner. The
send,
Bentley's going to
and
make the move.
Makes it. What a move there.
there's a
from
yellow
Tyler
flag in the
Thompson.
back.
That's my endurance teammate.
Bentley OP, please, Bob.
Lorp getting a yellow flag here. Might have just gone wide. No, he's going to make a move. He's going to make contact.
Oh, no.
Oh my goodness, collects
Guys.
2 other cars
You
with him.
guys.
That
What is
was
happening to my
like-
camera?
That move works.
That was like a heat-seeking missile
oh,
there
oh.
on the brakes,
my
and
God.
almost tried to do it a second time.
Garrett.
Wow. Yeah, he's seeing red right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's some crazy moves. I understand that turn 13 is like an overtaking opportunity because the racing line wants you to, go a little bit wider, open up the entry for turn 13 into turn 1. But if you're gonna
Oh,
make a race
look,
there,
there's going to
gotta
be a move by
careful.
Ravcab trying to get past this Porsche of John Ansem. Sorry. We'll learn the first names
just
next week.
runs right past. Runs. I mean, it is easy for the Lexus.
Oh, who is
a
that?
little bit.
Corey Mummery
car.
sideways on the off track. He might have just lost
Corey got
grip on his.
296. He got 296.
Oh yeah, I think he might have gotten 296.
And I might
Nice.
not have gotten it. I might have gone too early. Yep.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
See, this is where I hit someone. I'm like, oops.
Yeah, it's hard to rejoin sometimes on these sweeping turns because sometimes it's hard to just see the other drivers.
To be fair, VR
Yeah.
is not really, friendly to look at other cars. See Carter, it's facing the
Oh,
other
no.
way. Oh
CJ
my goodness, that
Carter.
was 3 wide into the final corner alongside.
Oh,
You're
what
gonna
a-
wait just a little
We
bit.
still have
Roboshot
50
behind
minutes
him.
left of this race. This is
I
insane.
know this is so much. I mean, this is going to be quite the penalty sheet. I'm
Oh,
afraid.
there's
But,
there's
yeah.
penetration.
Yeah, and we are. Oh, yeah.
He's still there.
Oh, there. I'm surprised
Yeah.
he didn't back up. I would think you'd try to back up as soon as possible there, but
That's my
you do
fantasy
want to be
car, though, so
predictable. Hold your brakes. So
Where
I was rooting
has
for CJ.
where is
I think it's the
Seacom
first-
Yeah.
gone?
race,
Is
right?
Seacom out of the race? Has Seacom RQ?
I don't see him anywhere.
yeah, I don't either.
Wow.
Wow,
Breaking
what a shame
news.
to have such pace, and yeah, it just ends so in such a bummer way. Yeah, that's not fun to see.
It's definitely not something
This is racing.
you want to see happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris Sweeney currently, 4 seconds up on the lead currently?
Yeah,
Missing
just
it.
walking away.
He's walking
The-
away with it right now.
Yeah.
And a Mustang OP, please, Bob.
Oh my gosh.
We were talking about this, like the Mustang.
Every car.
Yeah.
It's got too much straight line speed. Take more away.
Well, and I was saying, like, it's actually a really strong car in quali. It could only maybe struggle with the race in passing people, but if you're in front, you don't have to worry about that.
Ooh,
And you could
Pankowicz
just kinda
looking
put
to
in
lose
some
2
hot laps.
positions here. Lost the first one to McLaren. Another. That was almost a double move loss. No, it is. Or is it Penkowicz? I don't think it was Penkowicz. I think it was someone else.
It's funny. Yeah, from the helicopter view here, the Honda kind of looks like the McLaren. They look surprisingly
to be
alike,
fair though,
which I've
like,
never thought
oh,
that
who is
before.
that? Is that Raf Cab? Or no, that's Buckley. It's gonna be his
Oh
teammate.
no, it's his teammate. Yeah.
I'm gonna wait a few seconds.
I'm just looking at Deltas. There's a huge battle for P4 right now. Steven Sarver and Edward Ryan are super close together on track.
What just happened to Buckley? Oh my goodness, he loses it.
He just loses it. Yeah, on his own on the braking.
Oh, there's some moves going on in the top 10.
Mike Farrell goes through for P5. What a
Sarver
battle for
goes
silver.
for
And not just silver, this is top 5 in the race. So who said silvers can't raise golds? Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, look at this. I mean, I wonder if we're gonna have some changes in between silver and gold.
Story of the day,
But,
though, we have that Lamborghini pushing it, absolutely pushing it.
Whoa. That was so close to some, Lexus on Bentley violence there.
Get in the slipstream, Ryan. Get in the slipstream. There you go.
I'm pretty sure they told us not to tow.
Why? Of course you can tell. It's racing.
Yeah, but
You can't bump draft.
it was
can't
during the
bump draft.
briefing. They were like, make sure not to tow unless both of you are cool with it. Oh,
Yeah,
there's
They're gonna go-
contact.
Oh, there's bump.
Yeah, bump in T8. It's a hard turn to go side by side with, but yeah. Yeah, I think with
it's
those
pretty
rules,
much
that's
over.
specific to bump drafting.
Yeah,
you have to
bump
both
drafting.
be on board with it together if you're gonna bump draft.
To be fair, I didn't.
Tyler
Really,
Thompson
you know,
loses
we don't really follow the rules here.
Hey. Speak for yourself.
Yeah, I follow
I-
the rules. I
follow
only
the
bump.
rules.
I'm
I only bump
speaking
draft
for
one driver
all of
yesterday.
us. We don't follow the rules.
Wink, wink, wink. I'm a good boy. I follow the rules.
Yeah.
This battle for P4 is spicy, though.
Yeah,
Sarver
it is.
Leading,
It's
Farrell
crazy.
leading Ryan. These 3 silver drivers, I wouldn't say getting nosebleeds from being so high up because
Whoa, okay. If he's going
really
into the pits,
proven
I
their
saw
own
the
here.
yellow.
Whoa, early pit from Tyler Thompson, just maybe wanting to get some clear air after all of that mess. He has the fastest lap, so I mean, he's definitely got pace in this race, but yeah, that is surprising. That's our early, ooh, we got to drive through the Nissan.
Oh
of-
no, the
of
Ryan's
Edward
gone to
Ryan.
drive through. Yeah.
Yeah.
you want to say that,
that-
Donovan?
That's what a 15-second loss.
Oh my gosh.
That's massive.
Oh, it's at least that. I mean, it's quite a bit more than that. How long is a drive through?
15,
And-
20 seconds.
Polar car, I
believe.
think it's like 30-something seconds.
30 seconds.
Yeah, I think it's in the 30s. Yeah, it's quite a bit of a loss.
Yeah, it's not what you want to see, especially fighting so high up with your fellow silver compatriots. Edward Ryan, P6. I think he's started where outside the top 10, right? I think it was.
Yes, I
started
think
P13.
P15.
He's up to
Oh,
P6
yeah.
now. But man, very, very gutting, especially.
We might
this
have
early in the
another
race.
move here.
Yeah, and look at what position Matt's in. Now we already have a pitter or two, but he's making up
Whoa,
some positions.
look how
He's
close
on a
they're
tear
getting.
right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't count him out for the race win just yet. I mean, Chris Winnie's not too far ahead of Vincent. Matt Madison takes the outside line on Raf Cap here, hoping to
Yeah, Raf
slingshot
Cap-
himself into
Oh!
turn 10.
Ooh.
Gets on the curbs a
He
little
might
bit.
be getting a warning for that.
I don't think that was track limits. It was close, but
I got a warning for crossing the yellow. On that, I believe it was kind of crazy.
welcome to Paul
Yeah.
Ricard.
Yeah.
Yep, Paul Ricard, yeah. But yeah, I mean, Matt's got some serious pace. This is definitely one of the hard. I mean, it is the hardest car to pass, especially because in the Ferrari, Matt probably has quite a bit of pace on him in Sector 3.
Ryan's
However,
gonna pit early as well. Sorry about that. It's just
is he pitting or is he surfing
no,
the
he's
drive? I
he's
don't
pitting.
know.
He's like slowing. No, he's driving through. Never mind. It looked
saw
like he
him.
was
Might be
going
just
into
a
his
wide
pit.
Yeah, it was weird.
You could serve your. I would think that I'd want to serve the drive-through first, but
Wait, Matt got through.
Oh, he got a
59.
stop and go 30. He has gotten a stop and go 30.
Oh my
Ryan.
God.
no, it goes from bad to worse. Get a stop go 30 when serving. Oh, any RTGs, I think.
Oh
That is very similar
man.
for Ryan.
Yeah,
That
that
is
is race
stunning.
over. I mean, that is, yeah. That.
Oh my
that's,
goodness! Wait, the second Raf
bummer.
Cab Matassi, or not Matassi? That is that Matassi? I cannot
No,
see the
I
car.
think Matt's
That-
clear already. He's in P9.
Yeah, I
He's,
think
like,
that's John
second off the
Anson.
road.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
so
think
that's
that's
John
John
Ansem.
Ansem.
Boncel, they go
Yeah.
side to side, or yeah, Ansem's gonna go side by side with
Yeah,
Cab. He's gonna lose that position though to Ansem here, or
Yeah,
sorry,
that's
Boncel.
I'm surprised so many drivers are going side by side through through
Whoa.
turn 7 there, because you do have the damage of there. Instead of getting a overtake done on the straight, you could just lose a position to the car in the back, and the car from the back could even get both drivers up ahead because they lose so much speed going onto the straight. So, and that just compounds down this super long straight.
Yeah,
I can't
look,
believe there's
there's
42 minutes
another
left.
car, or there's
I
more
know.
cars going side by side. That's a
Look how
big.
tight it is
Let's-
between these drivers.
Oh my goodness!
gosh.
There's almost contact there.
Well, Garrett Lorp almost loses the car. Lambo's quite tricky to handle already, so the car shooting up the
I
inside
love the
there is kind
Lambo.
of hard to get the car stopped. That thing is hard, man. I don't know why you guys
It
drive
is.
it.
I
don't like
love
it.
the
It is
Lambo.
difficult.
It's slow on the straights, it's slow on the corners, but it's so fun to drive.
I don't think it's slow in the corner. That's like the one redeeming quality that it has. It's
Yeah,
got
it's-
insane
it's
brakes
got-
and it's got really good aero.
Compared to the
It's got-
McLaren, it's like not as fast, but like it's fun.
It's got some of the best downforce, definitely in ACC, but yeah, it could be a bit tricky to drive. Looks like Boncel fully taking that position back. I think Ansem was not wanting to give up that position lightly, but yeah,
No siree.
more tight.
Oh, whoa, there's contact
Was that
there.
self-inflicted or was that contact
I'm
with
gonna
Trey
have to
Morgan
wait a few
there and
seconds, but
Charlin?
Brad Charlin's gone off the tracks. We're gonna wait a bit. Maybe if I do this. How about that? Oh, that's my goodness.
Oh no.
I'm so bad at this.
It's okay.
It's
It's
okay,
round
it's
one.
okay.
You got,
It's round one.
round
It's
one,
fine. We
yeah.
still
to
get a
improve,
chance.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
It always
my
gets better on race 2 for sure.
Well,
but-
we'll have it on the VOD at least.
Yep. Mike Farrow and Steven Sauber are still inseparable in P4. I think the gap is still like, what, 0.3 of a second? What a fight.
Yeah.
Insane.
Ooh, and over under on.
Oh, he's gonna try and go on the
T8.
inside. Cap is gonna cover it up though. Ansem looking on the
Meanwhile,
outside.
Ansem
Ansem
around
taking the
outside with
position.
the Porsche, is he gonna be able to hold it around here?
And it looks
He
like he
does
does. He
hold
gets a
it.
better run out.
Yeah, and he's gonna have the inside here for T10. So yeah, wow, what a move there.
Oh
around
my
the
goodness, look at that
outside.
McLaren. Oh my goodness, almost a self-infliction right behind him.
Yep, we got a yellow on T9. I don't know. I think there was a
I
bit
know.
of a
I believe they're
depth
just going
there.
off wide. Yeah. Shouldn't be a full yellow.
Is that really an instant yellow if you do that?
Yeah.
I don't.
Wow.
I think Trey dropped down a bunch of positions.
Not a good
I
race
think
for Trey
something happened to
Morgan.
Trey. Yeah, I think something happened to Trey. But yeah. That it's a big bummer. But yeah, sometimes once something goes wrong, it could just compound and get worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, Trey's
But,
just
yeah,
not
we're-
having the greatest of luck. Buckley, oh my goodness, he's just
Opting
going
to
into the pits.
pits.
Yeah, and it's giving us
Yeah,
the
we're
yellow. There's
going-
contact there.
Ooh.
Koval and yeah, Koval
Way
is-
overshooting the
is it
Mario
brakes.
Ferrer.
Ferrer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
Ferrer.
Yeah.
It looks like the Aston, man. It's because the green. It's because the green.
But yeah,
Who else is doing
the
very much in position.
we're seeing some pit. This is about where I would think that the early pit stops would be. I'm very curious to see what Thompson's tires are going to be like, and we had another early pit as well. But yeah, I wonder just what their tires are gonna be like towards the end of the stint, because I mean, in the D1 race, even people who were pitting around this time, their tires were shot by the end of the race. So yeah, that should be interesting to see, especially in the Lexus, where graining the fronts can be, or graining the tires could be, so easy to do.
Yeah, didn't you get significant graining last night?
I did. I had 17 seconds of damage though, so.
Likely story, Donovan.
Yeah.
Likely
Yep.
story. Yup.
Four-car train here, nearing the end of the track. We're about to enter the final 2 corners. Long chicane here. That Porsche carrying a lot of speed in the back. That green Porsche. Who's gonna make it out though? And they stay the same.
Yeah.
Single file.
Yeah, a lot of these
Hopefully
cars
no
are
mistakes there.
they're very similar strengths with those cars in terms of you know, where they're strong at the track. So yeah, sometimes that could be a little bit difficult, you know, when you're following along with the same. I mean, honestly, it depends, because it could also be extremely difficult if you're following along with somebody with different strengths. If the strengths are like the Lexus, where you're going fast. Speaking of Lexus, missing the braking into turn 3. Let's see if that compromises anything going onto the straight. It could just, yeah, he's missing the apex there. I don't know if, yeah, he might be a little bit low on speed, but I don't know if this McLaren's going to be able to do anything about it, because the Lexus is just so fast.
Even with that draft, that Lexus is just still pulling slightly too much speed away for the McLaren to catch
looks
up.
like
No,
he's
look, that
closing up.
McLaren's closing it up. Never mind. I
Yeah.
take that back. They might go too
might be
wide
able to-
here. Rafcab under pressure by Bonzel. Can Bonzel make the move? Is he gonna back out? Bonzel's gonna back out. That might move, or that might give some leeway to
yeah.
Ansem. Ansem looking on the outside. Ansem gonna take the place temporarily. No, he's gonna commit to it. Now he has the place. Rafcab under pressure from a Porsche now. Different car. But Rafcab's gonna stick it out.
Throwback to a couple laps ago, that was almost the same thing. Ansem made
Oh,
the
there's
same
contact,
move. Oh,
Rafcab!
there's contact!
Penetration.
Yeah, that is not
Penetration.
the way that you want to see it happen.
No.
Yeah, that is not. I mean, I'm sure that's not the way Ansem wants to see that happen either. Man, what a bummer. Yeah, there has been a lot of contact. I mean, that's, you know, D4. You know, it's really fun division to watch. But part of that is, you know, things can get a bit spicy.
Here we go. We've seen
Spicy
we've
dice.
seen a lot of turn 1 moves here, but this one's gonna be a backed out move. So no move there. Yeah, we are getting really spicy. Who's 217? Sticks with the yellow. It looks like they're returning to pits.
Yeah, I think that was Sebastian Rock RTG.
Sebastian Rock
Oh, no,
Yeah.
he's still on it. Oh,
returning
he's
to
in the pits.
pits. I don't think I have enough time to capture it, but I need to
Take 'em
fix.
right now.
I definitely fix this for the next stream.
It's all good. You know, learning experience.
It's always the first
Absolutely.
race. Always the first race.
Hey, here's a
That was the first
Mustang
race in every race, right?
in the slipstream. It's so funny to see a Mustang struggling to pass a Porsche, but
Porsche, yeah.
that's where we are with the restrictor.
To be fair though,
the strength-
there is a Mustang in the lead, a 4-second lead.
Oh, for sure. Well, like
Yeah.
I said, the Mustang's fast. It's just not fast down the straights anymore. That's its strengths have changed.
The two
so-
faces of the Mustangs. You're either winning or you're fighting and losing.
Yeah.
Peace plays bop.
Oh, Nicolette. Oh my goodness, I thought it was a yellow flag for P2. It's the pit lane again.
Yeah, that's a feature on this track. is race control getting
Working as
yellows when
intended.
when you go into the pit. Yeah.
Not a fan. Gives me a heart attack every time.
It looked like Edward
Like
Ryan's in
Pharaoh.
the YouTube chat. He got 2 warnings within 4 minutes.
Dude,
Oh,
what was I
man.
saying?
Yeah,
What was I saying?
that
It
is
happens,
tough.
right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, in the GTR, it's kind of like, at least in my experience, sometimes like in the mid speed, it doesn't really like to turn. So, I assume those warnings came in turn 2, primarily. Maybe in turn 4, but yeah. That's really tough.
Yeah, it's a tricky car here. I drove it here in season 12, and I've found some difficulty in the braking for the car, and yeah, it's a tricky car for, you know, it's less predictable on turn in for me at least. I've heard somebody say, which I don't know if I fully agree, but that it's the most mid-engine driving front-engine car. I think that the Mercedes probably takes that cake, but it's still very, very. It's less like the Lexus and or Mustang and BMW. It could be a little bit tricky.
If you
hold
can
on,
go
look,
pro in the
there's a
GT3,
front-engine
you
car.
can too.
What was that?
If
The Mercedes is their front-engine car. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the most mid-engine like driving front-engine car.
My bad. I think
Which
I misunderstood you.
Oh yeah. Well, it's pretty easy to do. I'm not very good at talking.
Okay. There's not going to be a full season of this, Donovan. Nope.
Oh, yeah. But I heard I've heard that the McLaren and the Mercedes actually have the same weight balance, which is pretty interesting, considering one's mid-engine, one's front-engine.
So I'm looking at the spectator, and Mike Farrow and Steven Sarver are both into the pit lane. Now it's up to their crews to get them up on the jacks, switch those tires, and down. It's going to be almost a limbo of who gets a better pit stop. Hopefully you don't miss your pit box, otherwise you lose a lot of time. But the track is heating up because the time progression is on. So let's see if these guys get the pressures dialed in correctly, because my pit stop yesterday, I had to fix so many pressures. I think I had under-pressured front left, which is really suffering a lot. So waiting these 30 seconds for Mike Farrow and Steven Sarver to get out of the pits. Mike Farrow's down on the jacks, gets out. Steven Sarver's still on the jacks, but his pit box is a little bit further up. Let's see if they cross, get close. I think Mike Farrow gets ahead of Sarver. Oh, there's contact in the pit lane.
oh my goodness, wait, there's contact
on,
here.
Yeah, on track. Yeah, just after turn 9 there from.
Oh my goodness, there's so much contact. Wait, what is happening?
Oh my gosh. We got a
Hopefully I
slow
got
one.
this.
Also on the everything went wrong here. It looks
Oh,
like quite
no.
an auspicious dive there from Raf Cab.
Buckley.
Oh man, everything went. Oh, it was Buckley. It was a teammate of Raf Cab.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything seemed to have gone wrong there for so many drivers. Wait, so what was the contact in the pit cycle?
So
Yeah.
I was watching Mike Farrow and Sarver because they've been neck and neck the entire first 30 minutes of the race. Both went in the pits at the same time. I think Sarver was ahead of Mike Farrow, but as they were exiting, there was a bit of a Max Verstappen, Lando Norris, Suzuka moment, if anyone knows what I'm talking about.
Wow.
Yep.
Mike Farrow was ahead by a little bit, and then Steven Sarver kind of collided into the side of him.
No.
Yeah. So
That's going to be interesting to see.
Bit of
We
a
have a stop go.
controversial
Dudes will have a field day with that one.
We have
Oh,
a stop go 32 front for Allard. I'm assuming for speeding in the pit lane. That's an easy track to speed in the pit lane. We have most everybody pit so far. I mean, that kind of makes sense. We're at the exact halfway point right now. It looks like only.
You know what I
only maybe
realized?
a couple
We're
drivers
missing.
not pitting.
We're missing Sloppy Uwu this race.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
So no Sloppy Uwu this
I know
race.
I know he doesn't. He kind of just decides
Whoa.
to
Hold on.
skip a lot of
Just
races.
to, like, show up. Yeah.
Sweeney had a bad pit stop.
That might.
Nicolette
really
shoots ahead
bad,
into
huh?
the lead. Yeah, look, that's Nicolette driving by.
Yeah, a really bad
Whoa.
pit stop.
Whoa,
What
whoa,
happened
what
to
is happening?
Sweeney? Because this is a huge time loss.
Well, yeah. Can
And
we
this
see
was
if
not done
let's-
all on track.
can Van Epps catch up to this though? No, wait.
So we've got. So Nicolette's effectively leading this race now.
Oh yeah, after the
Oh
pit
my
cycle's all
goodness.
said and done, Nicolette is leading. And then Farrow P2, Sarver P3. That's a 1-2-3 silver drivers. What is happening?
Wow.
Are the classifications wrong? Hello?
What happened to Sweeney though? That is a massive, massive time loss.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's only getting onto the turn 6 now, and Nicolette's almost at the end of the Mistral. Yeah,
Does the
he
Mustang
lost
have
a lot of
anti-stall?
time. I mean, Mustang's not the worst car out of the pits, but he must have either,
He
been
must have stalled the
repairing
car.
damage or something. I don't know.
Or yeah, oh my
Yeah.
goodness, whoa, what happened here?
Could have repaired damage. Could have missed the
Missed the
pit box
box,
as
yeah.
well.
Wow,
It could've
Sweeney,
been
after being
some
so comfortable in the lead, I think Nicolette was maybe 3-4 seconds back the entire time.
Oh
Falling from
Yeah,
P1
this
to
is
P13.
avoiding
effectively. I
action
mean,
by
it's probably
Foster
gonna be
there.
P10, but man, this is definitely unfolded into quite the race. I
Yeah,
think
but-
Nicolette-
Yeah,
Nicolette's
absolutely.
still effectively winning the race currently.
We got to keep our eye on Tyler Thompson as well, because he was that super early pit at 46 minutes left in the race.
Yeah, and he was down.
His tires are probably gonna fall off, and we have 2 more drivers that have not hit yet, so he'll be effectively in P5, but yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see, because that Bentley might become a total handful in like 10 minutes.
I mean, look at him though. He is catching Shane Foster up ahead, catching that time.
Well, yeah, I think his main reason for pitting so early was because he had a lot of pace and he was in quite a tussle with a lot of cars, which can be frustrating, especially if you're not the fastest car in the group on the straight. So sometimes you just want to get out of the group of cars and get in the pit lane, but just sometimes that can make the end of your race very, very difficult.
Raf Cab here going toe to toe with Mac Morgan. So we saw
Trying to
Trey
reach on
Morgan.
track, but
Yeah, we
It's
saw
not
Trey
moving back
Morgan
on.
losing all those positions in the beginning of the race. This is his brother fighting Raf Cab.
Oop, got to drive through.
For G.
Dear
Assuming
Lord.
for track limits. Yep.
Oh, Trey
Wasn't
Morgan has a
supposed to be
drive-through
front
too.
Yeah, he just got to
Oh,
drive through
no.
there on probably turn 3, I'm assuming.
a race that went from good initially, qualifying in 3rd position, from bad to losing the car in turn
Really
1
bad,
to
yeah.
worse. Drive through.
It's yeah, and it could just really spiral out of control too.
See what Raf Cab can do here against the McLaren. He's gonna look into the inside. There might be contact. No,
Super
the
clean
Lexus-
between the two of them.
the
Lexus
Lexus
just-
sticking it out. Can the McLaren gain ahead though? Regain that position. That's gonna be the McLaren of Mac Morgan. Oh my goodness! Looks
Gonna
onto
get
the
the over-under.
inside.
Ooh, later on the brakes from the McLaren, you can't really do
Oh,
anything around the
slight
outside
contact.
there.
That's netcode contact right there.
Still
Looks
very
like they're-
close
they're-
nose to bumper.
Yeah, super close between the two. But yeah.
Yeah, but
I
it's also
don't
bringing in other
think
cars
Max-
as well. You see Koval and
is, the-
Robichaud licking their lips. They've caught up, and now it's a 4-way battle. This is gonna
Yeah,
be
it's
interesting.
amazing how
There's a
quick
yellow
that could
flag on the
happen in
field.
Sector
That's
3.
Lorp, or was that him entering the pits? Please tell me it's.
It might have been the
He's got
pits.
some
I think it
drive-through.
was.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it was serving the
my
drive through.
goodness.
Yeah, again, it's not a bug; it's a feature.
This track sucks.
Yeah. Bop this
I'm kidding.
track.
I love Paul Ricard.
I do too, actually. I mean, as we can see from this race, it can provide some really entertaining races, especially with how difficult this track is to drive.
Yep.
Trey Morgan going through his drive-through. He's in the pit lane right now.
Oh, yellow flag. Ooh, yellow flag. Someone's in the pit lane. Yellow flag.
They're doing something
ACC
dangerous.
is perfect. There's no spaghetti code in ACC.
Only for Paul Ricard this happens. The only French track on the calendar or the game.
Quite a run there for Koval in the Porsche. I wonder if that McLaren has any damage, or
I mean-
maybe Mac is running a higher wing. I think the
Oh, there's a
McLaren
yellow.
would probably be a pretty low wing here, but
Here's an actual yellow.
Even
That's the.
Sarver.
Oh my goodness! What has happened
no,
here?
Sarver, yeah.
And I just got. I
no.
got it this time. Let's go. Oh, there's big contact
no,
there.
It's just a bump from the Ferrari behind. Oh, what a bummer to see.
And there's another
that
yellow
was
here.
close.
That's Koval. Koval's gotten a yellow. And Robichaud's gotten a yellow as well. Oh my goodness, he's into the wall. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Double contact.
Oh, and collects the Ferrari behind. Man, there's so much contact.
Look, did you see
this
the angle he
race
was rejoining as well? He's aiming towards
Yeah.
that McLaren, yeah.
I am afraid of the penalty sheet of this race. This could be a lot of tickets.
That's only if you report it. You know, wink, wink.
That's true.
I'm kidding. Please report all the
Yeah,
incidents.
please report it.
We want to maintain competitive integrity.
Yes, report your
Wink,
incidents.
wink.
I do want to point out right now, Tyler Thompson is in 3rd position right now. Let's see if we could make that, or if he could hold that right now. He has a Lexus behind.
my
which
goodness.
That's a warning.
Ooh,
That's a
that's
warning, yeah.
That's definitely a warning.
Delete track limits.
Yeah, exactly. Let's bop track limits.
Make this like NASCAR.
But yeah, the Lexus is not the car you want to see in your mirrors, especially if you have worn out tires.
I mean, fortunately,
Ooh,
he's in the Bentley, so
Yeah.
Bentley is probably the best car in the game when it comes to tire wear.
It
Just
is,
'cause
yeah.
It just outputs the perfect amount of power to the wheels, just so that it doesn't spin them too much. So tire wear is probably not on Tyler's mind at the moment. I think he's more concerned about the Japanese monster that is behind him. That is the Lexus.
Yeah,
so.
the not Godzilla, Godzilla.
This is the luxury Toyota right here. I'd be terrified.
I'll talk about it too,
Absolutely.
because I just saw him. Cube Master right behind their battle, starting P19 if I'm not wrong. But he's looking at
that's
this
big.
battle and he's maybe thinking, I could gain a podium position here if one of these two mess up.
Yeah, absolutely. Or they start fighting and just.
Oh, there we
bring
go.
him into
This
play.
might be the
He
start
does
of it.
have. I will say he does have Matt Mattisey, who's only 3/10 behind and might be making a move on Cube on this straight as well. So, I mean, that's a pretty awesome recovery there from Matt.
From-
and,
yeah, Mattasey,
and
yeah.
the Ferrari. Yeah.
We'll talk about Nicolette too, who has a 9-second gap to Farrow, who's in P2. So Nicolette has a pretty comfortable lead against
Boys,
P2.
look what's happening. Dun
Yep.
dun dun dun. Jaws music.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's not fair.
Just going.
not
Yeah, it's. I mean, they keep it.
Oh, they're still gonna be
Lexus are
fighting into
really
turn 8.
tight. Yeah.
Oh my
absolutely.
goodness, the Bentley's grabbing onto the outside as best he can, but those tires, look at oh my goodness, the Cube Master and Mattasey
Yeah, they
right
just get
behind
brought
them,
in,
joining
yeah.
the fight now.
The boys are back in town. As we say.
Yeah, look at this.
Oh, Cube losing
gets
a position.
little bit squirrely, yeah, in T10 and loses out there to Matt Mattasey. Yeah, that's
This race
it's
is far from over.
far from over. I mean, we still have 20 minutes. Yeah, this has been such a wild race throughout the entire thing. But yeah, we have 2 changes of position there, and Van Epps there now into the podium.
Oh my goodness.
positions right now.
The Bentley,
Brakes, yeah.
Bentley was trying to look onto the outside, but he just didn't have that speed. That Lexus is really pulling, but the Bentley
It is,
right
and it's
behind
really
him.
bad on the brakes too. So
Oh yeah.
it's,
Well,
it's
look at
easy
that.
for
Cube,
that car
Cube
to-
is
to-
gone
to-
from this
or for
battle,
the
and it looks
gap to
like it's just
close.
Mattasey.
yeah, well, he's just hoping these guys keep battling, and the same thing, can happen, and he just, gets them in Sector 3.
Sector 3 is definitely... Oh, there's going to be a yellow Sarver. Oh. What was that?
That's interesting. Yeah, it looks fine between them. Looks like they're going to be dealing with their own battles, though.
Paul Ricard TM.
Yep. Paul Ricard moment.
Just take Paul Ricard off the calendar, please. Just make this
No,
a
no,
drop race
no.
for everyone.
This is
8
great.
weeks
Look
of
at,
Paul Richard.
look at this race. I mean, this race has been, pretty, interesting, but it's been awesome. Honestly, I love the racing that we get at Paul Ricard. It is a great
That's gonna
racetrack.
be another warning.
Another warning from Tyler Thompson there. Yeah, so that's definitely 2 that we've seen. So he's gonna have to start watching out. I don't know if he's gonna be sitting on 3 though.
I mean, I think it's safe to assume he's on 3. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, that's
Matassi in
probably.
his mirror, or sorry, Matassi. He's made it a
Yeah,
point to me
Matassi,
that
yeah.
these darn
Matassi,
SRA
yeah.
commentators never pronounce his name correctly.
Yep, yeah, Matassi. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, yeah.
Listen, I've
You
been
gotta
there,
respect.
been there, done that. You know. But
Yeah.
Matassi
Oh,
in the mirror.
Oh no! Is that a like payback?
I
Oh
don't
my
know, it looks
goodness.
like he
It was
lost on his
predicting
own.
the yellow. It was predicting the
He lost it
yellow.
on his own.
Oh,
He lost it on his own.
And wait, so
And Sarver stays away from him. Wow.
no, but he hit him in the replay. As we saw, Finn Jan losing positions here. What happened to him? Self-infliction? Yes, it is.
Self-inflicted as well. It's a self-delete.
There's sand at Paul Ricard since when? I
right
thought this
there.
track was
That's-
all just a parking lot. Hello?
What, you haven't gone to that spot?
Yeah, you,
Well, this
you've never
track
been to
used to
Paul
be
Ricard?
all
Get into
sand.
sand, Donovan.
This track used to be all sand. It used to be just one layout, and it was all sand everywhere. But yeah,
We should
then
do that.
they totally changed it. Honestly, old Paul Ricard was awesome. So, I mean, it was old, but a little bit
There's
different.
a Ferrari looking on the inside of the Bentley. That's going to
Yeah,
be the
this-
Ferrari of Matassi.
Matassi.
Fantasy.
Matassi.
Ferrari
Make that
plays
move
Bob.
stick. Yeah.
Yeah. How many cars need Bob, Anton?
All of them. I don't care. He's got track limits.
Bop every car.
Yep.
Bop
I
the
mean,
track
effectively
limits,
then, that means
bop
there's
the
no bump,
cars.
right?
Yeah, there
Bop
you
the
go.
Porsche.
But
the
then where's our
Ferrari.
custom bop?
It's no longer custom.
We could bop the
Put 'em all
Mustang
on plus
again
40.
because it's funny, you know.
I mean, speaking of Mustang, Chris Winnie still holds the fastest lap, and I think he's pretty close to John Anson in P10.
I saw he and Matt Matassi were trading back and forth for a couple laps there on fastest lap.
I mean, makes sense.
See,
Matt has
Riley,
been
Ma-
on a
Matassi.
climb there since
Tearing.
lap 1.
He's been tearing back through the field. I mean, we mentioned, you know, we don't want to count him out. He's still got, you know, a lot of pace, and I think, you know, P1's pretty far ahead.
Oh
you
my
know,
goodness.
But he's definitely got a good chance here.
Look at that
Sideways.
or that Ferrari absolutely snapped the rears.
Yeah,
Donovan with
Yeah.
the commentator's curse.
I know. Yeah. I know. I got to keep my
I think it's
mouth
going to be a
shut.
lot of that this season.
Yeah.
So
I
Thompson
mean, let's see if
regaining
this
that
could be a
position.
repeat of what happened last lap, where Matt just out-dragged the Bentley. The Bentley's not really good on top end. It's very good upon early acceleration. It's got insane torque out of corners, but it really struggles on top end because the turbo lags like quite a bit, as opposed to the Ferrari where it's got insane high end. It just struggles to get there.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
like there's
it's like
another move
opposite,
coming
yeah.
here on the inside. Can that Ferrari make that move stick this time and not lose the rears in first sector?
Tyler forcing Matt way to the right this time as opposed
Yeah.
to the middle, but kind of just seems to give up a little bit.
Yep.
Matt clean through into turn 8. Approaching turn 9's got to keep the car under control, of course, but positions have been swapped around again. Let's see if Tyler can hold on with those little bit worn tires as opposed to Matt. I don't know when Matt pit, I don't remember, but I assume Matt's got a little bit better tires. I mean, the Ferrari in itself, pretty decent on tire wear. Bentley,
Look,
obviously,
there's
probably the
Cube
best
is
in the game,
back.
but
Cube has come back from wherever he lost that time. Now this battle is
Yeah, I think
becoming
he
a
went off in
three-way
turn 10
battle,
earlier.
and the Mustang, surprisingly, with music as well joining the fight. Oh
New
man!
challenger approaches.
Yeah, new challenge. Well, you know, and like I've said, it, you know, when you start battling in Sector 3, that slows you down so much, and it really brings in other cars into play. You know, we were talking that Sector 3 in qualifying could really win or lose you so much time, and that, you know, is definitely compounded in the race. You know, if you're taking turn 9 or 10 side by side, well, maybe not turn 10, but turn 8 and 9 for sure. I mean, you lose so much speed for that.
I think another car went off at turn 9. I saw a yellow flag.
Notice that,
briefly.
yeah.
This track sucks.
You know,
Bop the track.
About this track.
we got a lot of mixed feelings about this track during the race.
This is track limit, for sure.
That was a track limit. So
I saw the
have we-
baller there, yeah. He's
have
got to
we
be on 3
seen?
now.
He's got to be.
Yeah,
on
he's got to
3.
be on 3 because we've seen 3. We might have seen all of his warnings, so yeah, he's gonna have to be careful. I mean, he's fought hard, and with that early pit, you know, so he has to be careful. At this point, you know, sometimes you just gotta, you know, accept, you know, things and maybe not fight too hard on you know, to risk track limits, and instead,
Oh, what happened to
only lose. Ooh,
Cube?
Cube loses it on the brakes and is gonna lose out to Steven Music here in the Mustang.
It's
I
an
think Paul
unfortunate
Ricard-
run.
Like.
Oh wait,
other-
that's a
unlike other
yellow. That's
tracks-
Cube. Cube is self-inflicted.
You lost it out of turn 9? Oh, that was just bad going to worse
Oh,
there. Yep, he just loses it
no.
on power.
No wall though.
Keeps it out of the wall
Yeah,
though.
keeps
Yeah,
it out of the
that's
wall.
that's good to see.
As I was saying, Paul Ricard, unlike other tracks, I think this track is really more a race of attrition than anything. Just because not only are you fighting the drivers next to you, gotta fight the limits. You know,
Yeah.
It's very, very tough to keep it on track, especially if you're, you know, following the hypothetical racing line. I mean, that's where the
Yeah.
balls are. They're there for a reason, right? So you don't
I
want
would
to.
have just not raced this
gain too
track.
much
Oh
time.
my goodness, that's track
Ooh,
limits.
that was
that not
wide.
his
That
third
was-
track limit?
He could have lifted enough there, but we will see. I'm not seeing a DT.
Wow.
So-
Well, there's a yellow flag in the back. 751 Rockazella. Let's see what happens with him. Might have
go
been
off
too
track
early.
again very slightly.
Self-infliction. Self-infliction.
Oh.
Whoa.
Yeah,
looked like a
bit
really
of a
weird snap.
snap. Yeah.
Here we go. Porsche side by side. Porsche side by side. That's Burns and Gale. The orange Porsche going through. That's good. Oh, there's a yellow flag for Lombardo. Okay, there's a lot more action happening now.
This is just like lap 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On
Oh, yeah,
contact.
yoink.
Oh,
From
yeah,
downtown.
yeah. From downtown, indeed.
Where is my camera pointing? There it is. Sweeney
That wasn't very
and
nice.
Sarver side by side. We've seen a lot of moves happen here. Can another move happen? Yes, it's gonna happen. Oh my goodness, the Sarver going to break a little hard there. And Sweeney makes the move in that Mustang. Sarver trying to defend now from the Porsche of Ansem. So we have a lot of more battles coming in the last 10 minutes. Ansem licking his lips after what he just saw. Burns and Gale still fighting it out. Or sorry, Heisner, Gale, and Burns still fighting it out. That orange and green Porsche we saw earlier. And I mean, it looks like Matassi, Thompson have. What happened to the Ferrari? The Matassi, yeah, okay. Matassi got through.
Yeah.
Tyler Thompson.
Yep, now he's just going to be, fighting, putting down some laps to catch up to Van Epps. I think P3 will likely be the most that he could get back. But yeah, Tyler getting a little bit of a breather right now with
Rock is
Cube
with a yellow.
having...
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, it's another Paul Ricard yellow.
Yeah. But yeah, the little bit of a breather there for Tyler Thompson. Sweeney also making up quite a bit of positions after the pit cycle. He was what, P13? Oh, I thought there were still 2 cars to pit when I saw
I
that
think
he
it was
P13.
effectively like P11, P10.
Yeah, P11. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So yeah, making a few positions back right now behind Cube, who had that moment in T9, but yeah, it's so funny. Usually we'd be saying that it just walk right past the Porsche on this straight, but yeah, it's closing up a little bit, but it isn't crazy.
I've seen enough unblock the Mustang. It's too bad.
Oh my gosh. Did you not see Michael Menning's laps that he was doing with it?
No, who's Michael? I don't know who that is.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know who that is. Yeah.
No, that's a warning for Foster. So Bonzel maybe putting too much pressure on Foster. Another mistake could cost him.
Ooh,
here.
that's wide there.
Yeah, that's really wide.
That's pretty. That spot's pretty easy to not get a warning and get a no time gain. I have, just barely lifted there and gotten no time gains there.
Man, why can't I be that lucky?
you
Oh,
gotta
wow,
know
double
how
yellow
much
here.
to lift.
Whoa, that's facing the wrong way, Buckley. Lombardo. Oh, and it's gonna be into the fast right-hander.
Of course, yeah.
Self-inflictions?
It's
Or contact? Contact here.
no, it's contact.
Massive
Big contact. Oh, what
Oh,
a
that's-
bummer for Buckley.
Yeah,
No good.
teammate of Raf Cab. We kept messing up both of them, but we know now who's who. And unfortunately, Buckley getting that contact in the final 8 minutes.
D4 does not have the best reputation for penalties, but I think this one's going to be
Yeah, this is gonna be
particularly
interesting.
high.
Look at this move. Look at this. Grabbing the slipstream off that Bentley of Thompson.
Bump him. Bump him.
We had to talk about this in the briefing. You can't do that.
What
Wow,
is
look at
this?
the-
He's not gaining.
Whoa.
That is wild to see.
This car sucks.
That's crazy to see. I mean, this is the power restrictor at work here.
You know what? Good job,
Wide.
SRA, top team.
Wide on for Tyler Thompson there. Is he
He's
going to be able to hang it around the
he's gonna-
outside? Yeah, I
he won't
don't
be
know
able to
how hard
keep
that
that
line is in the Bentley, but it's hard in the Lexus.
Oh my goodness, they're
went
still
up-
going
went
at
off
it.
track
Oh my
there.
goodness, that's a hard break there.
Over and under, maybe? Bentley's got the acceleration.
Yeah,
Next
Bentley
corner
does
for
have
sure,
the
next corner for
acceleration.
sure.
Maybe? No, there's no way he's going to.
No, there's no way.
Nope.
Inside. No.
That's not one that you could do unless you already have overlap.
Oh, whoa.
Oh,
whoa.
into the inside he
Deep on the
goes, and he's
brakes from
getting
the
that position
Mustang.
back. This battle isn't over.
Oh. It is absolutely not over, and yeah, Tyler Thompson's gonna get back. Really able to take advantage of that
Yeah.
mistake from
And
music.
he's
there.
gonna get a really good run out of it too. Look how far he's gotten away from him to turn one.
Yeah, it seems
The
he's just
the
moving
Bentley
spot
on the
there.
short straights, the Bentleys are extremely strong on the shorter straights.
Maybe it's a sign. Maybe it's a sign. Drive the Bentley, everyone.
Bop the Bentley.
Bentley
propaganda,
above.
yeah.
In the wise words of Amos Movo, Bop question mark.
Here
Yeah,
we go,
Bob
Cube
question mark.
and Sweeney going at it
That's
once
his thing.
again.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Side by side.
Go
Hold
from
on
one
a
Mustang
second.
to the
There's two
next.
battles going on. It's gonna be
Ooh.
between these
Oh.
three. Oh my goodness, three wide. I'll keep the eyes on them. They're Thompson
Wait a
and Music
second.
on the straight. So
Where did Ansem come from? this was between Sweeney and Cube. Ansem was behind the both of them.
now it's between Ansem and Sweeney.
Something happened between them. Man,
Whoa, that Bentley's
it is
gotten
all
away.
popping off.
That Bentley's
Yeah.
absolutely run away with it. But no, he's starting to lose it here. Mustang showing the restrictions not affecting it in the corners. Well, giving it an advantage
Well,
in the
and
corners.
Tyler's tires. I just can't imagine that his tires are not at quite the
They're
disadvantage compared to
screaming
music
right
here.
now.
Yeah.
You could see the tire thing or the tire health.
Yeah,
just on
yeah,
the
yeah.
stream, yeah.
We could see them here. Yeah, that'd be kind of nice to see because I bet his tires are not too happy.
I bet they're
I
orange
think
right
we
now.
are really tight in the drivers behind. Oh, and we're tight here.
Side.
It's always here. And that's
Mamma
Robichon
mia.
and Koval.
Yeah.
And we're going back to Thompson and Music just for the second, but these are currently the closest battles so far, but we have three Porsches again still fighting for that position. It's just these three Porsches have been... They look good though. I like that orange one for sure.
Yeah.
That orange one sticking with me right now.
I think we missed something in Sector 3 with Sweeney too, because he's behind Cube again. So.
What is going on?
Yeah. I think
Where
something
did Sarver
happened.
come from?
Yeah.
Sarver's
Sarver. Yeah. I mean, this is quite the battle between.
We were talking
these
about
drivers.
Ansem, but Sarver has just appeared out of nowhere as well. Bright yellow
Yeah, well,
Lamborghini.
again, all this fighting really brings you back into the other drivers, and yeah, there's a lot of fighting because there has been quite some trading positions,
Oh
but
my
yeah,
goodness, look at that
Ansem
straight line
effectively
speed of
taking
the Mustang
2
compared to the
positions out of.
Porsche.
Yeah, he's
Not
not
bad
gonna
to
be able
see
to do anything here. Yep, Cube closes the door on him. However, the Mustang definitely has a better run. Cube taking the inside into turn 9. Definitely the Mustang won't be able to do anything about that, even with its lighter
Oh
weight.
my goodness, they're getting really close for comfort here. Can Cube hold on to it though? Where did the Lamborghini
Whoa,
go? There he's
Sarver.
gone. He's gone back.
That is.
Dude
He's,
just went into hyperdrive. What was that?
he's,
We
Sarver's
didn't see
cheating.
it, but he just
Confirmed.
finished another lap while these guys were fighting. So
yeah. Oh, we've got a yellow in turn 10. I think something happened.
oh, that's Heisner. That's one of the
You don't
Porsches.
say.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was one of the Porsches.
Yeah,
Is
don't
it a
say.
self-infliction or is
Another
it
yellow flag
contact? It
at
might be
Paul Ricard.
contact. That's contact. That's a
Oh.
double.
That is a legit yellow flag, ladies and gentlemen. One
Yeah.
out
Yep,
of
that is
maybe not so many at Paul Ricard.
Yeah.
A lot of the yellows were not yellows today.
No, they work perfectly. I don't know what you're talking about.
Working as intended.
Yeah, working as Kunos intended.
Kunos, fix your game. Stop focusing on Evo.
One more patch, please. Bring
One
the
more.
Chungus Evo. Bring the Aston Evo. Bring Magnicore. They're not listening, are they?
No, they're not listening.
SMH.
Who knows? Maybe one of them is an affiliate, or one of the racers here is an affiliate. We never know.
I mean, I know Justin McKechnie's. I think he's a mod in the AC server, so he's got,
Yeah,
like,
that does not
maybe
count.
sometimes
That doesn't
he
count.
knows,
Matassi yellow.
Nope.
Matassi's gotten the yellow.
Oh, no, Matt. He was
This
catching
is-
Ryan slowly but surely, but he's gonna lose
It's a
some position.
self-infliction.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's what I was talking
it's just
about.
it's a
turning
296
Ferrari.
moment.
Oh man.
Especially with those tires. it's probably
man.
Pretty great now.
Yeah, and he's lost out a few positions now, and we have, man, Tyler just
Wait, Tyler
fighting for
Thompson's
his
gone
life
another
here.
position. That's a yellow for 254. That's Allard. What happened? That's the back of the grid, but still interesting to see what happened. He's just slowing down.
Oh. Just Sunday drive.
What's happening
Did he
here?
think the race was over? I think he thought the race was over.
Oh. No, we still
Interesting.
got 30 seconds, Gallery.
He's
Keep
going
on
again.
going.
Or maybe he was
Yeah,
having a
this should-
drink break. Who knows?
I do believe this will be the last lap for the leader, who is finishing up Sector 1. That is good news for Tyler here, because
Yeah, his tires
He's
are...
going to. Yeah, he's going to be looking forward to this race being over.
his
for
tires,
sure. And
his
it-
tires are not
the-
happy
the-
with him.
However, the undercut has worked for him. I mean, he is. I mean, it's been going well. He just has 2 sectors to hold on.
Let's also talk about the fact that we have 3 silver drivers on the podium.
Two of them are Porsches, by the way. They're not even
two
the
more
Lexus.
Porsches.
Yeah, they're not even very. They're not commonly known as good cars here. However, they were able to, keep it really nice with those. It looks like the Mustang is not going to be able to get
Oh,
it
there's
done
a
on this
yellow
straight.
flag for Gilchrist on the final lap of the race.
No.
Oh my
He'll have
goodness, I
one
guess
more
we just
lap.
missed
Oh,
it. Wow.
Alexis went through him.
That was inflicted by not himself.
Nope.
Koval
that
gets a
was- that
drive-through.
was A murder.
So
Last lap
another
drive-through?
drive-through coming.
Last lap drive through, we had one of those in D1.
Yeah. We
That
did,
happened to me.
of course.
It's like I gotta drive through.
This is the drive.
Yellows for Cube. No, Cube.
Cube. Oh no!
Oh no! It happened live.
It did. We got it. Unfortunately, yeah, that is losing 3 positions on the last lap. We did miss it, but our podium finishers, Vincent Nicolette, Ferrero, and Ryan Van Epps there.
Silver lockout. On the
Yeah,
top
silver
three.
lockout.
Yeah. And Tyler
Props to those
Thompson
guys.
holds P4.
Man, what a race.
What an absolute
Yeah.
race for Tyler Thompson.
Amazing,
Very gutted for
amazing
Cube.
work. Yeah. Yeah, really, really gutted for Cube there. Missing out on that top 10, but had a great performance nonetheless.
Ravcam's still trying to get close to the to Gale for P15, but to no avail. Oh, that rhymed. Look at that.
Yeah,
Trey
right.
Morgan.
Not even trying, huh?
Trying to
Still
recover
fighting
what
with
he's
Lexus
lost.
of
Yeah,
Suzuki
look at this. Still fighting the final
Race ain't
sections.
over.
Nope, it ain't over.
Ooh, looks on
Gets on
the
the curve. You
inside.
do
He
not
gets
wanna
really
do that.
close there.
Yeah,
Last 2
especially in
turns.
the
Let's see what he
McLaren.
can make of this. Lexus versus McLaren. Japan versus English or the
Yeah.
UK. Yeah.
English, my favorite country.
Oh my goodness,
Ooh,
almost
drifty
loses it.
from Trey. Oh man, and that seals the deal there with the
There you go.
Lexus
And
winning out on there.
Allard is
and-
going to be the final car through, but he's a bit of a ways back. But he's going to make it through.
Listen, if I'm applauding Gabriel Eller because I've seen him get a few drive-throughs. I'm just proud of him for finishing the race.
Absolutely. Honestly, like
Spotlight's on him
that is a
now.
huge thing. And also, like, 33rd, that still is points. So it's still helpful. There's a lot of times points are decided by, nothing, like just 1 or 2 points for championships. So, I mean, you want to get everything you can out of every race.
For sure. I mean, I think it's top 40 gets points, so I think
Yep.
everyone was guaranteed something, right? That's cool.
Yeah, I think we had 39 drivers. So, yeah, just barely everybody gets something.
Anyway, we have a silver lockout finishing in the top 3. Vincent Nicolette in the 992, along with Mike Farrow finishing 1-2, both in the Porsche. Ryan Van Epps, the top Lexus of this race, and I see all of them actually.
I will
in the,
let you guys
voice
handle
channel.
these interviews.
I think we
Yeah.
should bring in our P3 finisher first, Lexus driver. Ryan's a good friend, so let's bring him in. Let's see if I can move this. We are here. There we go. Ryan Van Epps, how the tables have turned. You were commentating me one time, and now look at this. I'm commentating your races.
In D4 as well.
What a turn
Yeah.
of the day. Dude, congrats on the podium. That was a tough race. There was a lot happening, especially in the first, few laps. That was quite insane. Talk us through it.
This is my first race back in almost since I've right into ever had in my in the first few laps and thought I'd be clean sailing, and there in the Bentley we were just back and forth, and man, I got to give credit to him. We went side by side through that fast right-hander on the back by side. And back, that's for sure.
So, really quickly, I think your mic is cutting out. I heard a few things about fighting with the Bentley.
I was
especially next to it.
wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was trying to fix it on my side,
Thought it was
but
on my end, yeah.
your mic
Bit of
might be cutting
interference.
a little bit.
I got a little far away from my PC. You guys, you can hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, I
You
think.
want to quickly give
so.
us a TLDR of what you just said?
Yeah, no, I'd say it was my first race back in like 6 months, and then to get thrown into an intense race like that with a lot of side by sides, a lot of sketchy moments. Me and Thompson in the Bentley going side by side through the fast right-hander 2 times in one race. Man, it was. I gotta give it to him for the clean driving, be able to keep it together, and we were both side by side like that. Other than that, yeah, man, I was fighting the car the whole race, man. I was Tokyo drifting it around that entire track. I had so many saves where I was screaming for my life to keep a hold of it, but
Yeah,
Lexus
well,
is not easy around here.
that's the Lexus here. Like the
No,
Lexus is so drifty.
It's good at one section, which is a straight line, and then everywhere else is just like, oh, can I keep this on track or not? It's going to be an absolute lottery ticket of whether the car just decides to go or not. But, I mean, well done, dude. You brought it to a P3 in a Lexus, top-leading Lexus of D3. You got 2 Porsches in front of you. I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but the top 3 drivers all silver. So, I mean, it's going to be, even from race 1, super close championship battle. Do you have any feelings about Nürburgring and the calendar coming up ahead?
Unfortunately, Nürburgring is definitely on my weaker side, so I'm gonna have to put in quite a bit of hours on that one. I've just always, for some reason, struggled, could never find a flow at that track. So I'm glad I got a top 3 spot on the first race, so I can kind of give myself a little bit of cushion in case Nürburgring doesn't go like I want it to. Definitely a tougher track for me.
Yeah, well, practice makes perfect, or at least close to perfect. In our case, you know, we always try to push for those times, and especially in the Lexus, I mean, it's going to be tough, especially with the downhill braking zones. I know that I've struggled so far in my practice, but yeah, I mean, are you gelling with the Lexus apart from the fact that it's tough in some corners? Do you like it?
Yeah, I ran the Lexus about 4 seasons ago, and I've been wanting to run it since because something about me and the Lexus, I think the fact that you do have to kind of overdrive it a little bit and catch the rear a lot, just something about it. I like being able to feel the car, overdrive the car. Now my tire management needs to get a little bit better because I was struggling towards the end of that first stint. But yeah, I love the Lexus. I flow with it very well.
You and me
Where it could
both,
be
my
a bit
friend.
challenging in the Lexus, but yeah, one thing I want to ask, how are you on track limits? Were you on, how many warnings were you on for that?
Yeah, when I took that podium spot after Sarver and I believe, I can't remember who came, those 2 cars came together, and I finally got that podium spot after I made it around Thompson for P3. 2 laps after that, I got my last track limit warning. So I was running last limit or last warning for probably the last 25 minutes of the race.
Yeah, yeah, that is stressful, especially when you're
I
fighting
saw
for a position.
Matisse get around Thompson in my Delta, and I saw him closing that Delta up on me, and I'm like, oh my god! So now I had to start pushing it again, and I noticed that Matisse was he'd catch me in sector 1, and I'd pull away in sector 3, so I would just basically sector 1 and 2 try to stay well within the track, knowing he's going to catch me and that I can kind of pull away again in sector 3. But yeah, watching that Delta close behind you while you're on your last limit is an intense feeling.
For sure. Anyway, congrats on the P3. Any shout outs before we let you back?
No shout outs today. Just glad to be back racing. It's been about 6 months for me now. What a way to start it out.
Yeah, it's great to see you back.
Yeah, welcome
sure.
back.
Looking forward to maybe seeing you back on the podium sometime else this season, I hope.
Absolutely.
You're on my
Close
fantasy
one?
team, so
Yeah.
don't let me down, Ryan.
I got you.
It's a good way to start your
Alright.
fantasy off.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'll take a P3. That's awesome.
All right, guys.
Yeah, congrats, man.
Cheers, Ryan. Congrats.
Appreciate it.
All right, Ryan Van Epps closing out the final podium spot. We got the 2 Porsches ahead, Vincent Nicolette and Mike Farrow, I believe. Let's bring in our P2 finisher. Yeah, he's unmuted, so we'll bring him into the booth. And there we go. Mike Farrow.
Hold on, boys.
Weren't you D6 last season? Where's that pace?
I was, sir.
Wow,
I was.
that's insane. Oh my
I was
God.
just trying to stay consistent. I guess it worked.
Consistently in the top 3 of that race, dude. You held your own. That was a lot of tussling with Steven Sarver in the early stages, and then, I mean, we saw Chris Sweeney had a horrible pit stop, and all of a sudden you're fighting for P2. Talk us through it.
Yeah, I used Sarver for a tow probably for 15 laps first stint. And I was more than willing just to follow him the whole time because it was giving me so much speed on the back straight. And
Sure,
it was,
I mean, the Porsche's not known for it, right? So the tow definitely helped.
yeah, and then I was just able to stick with him through the rest of the sectors because he was certainly faster. And I just got a better pit, and he started fighting with whoever was behind him and started pulling away.
Yeah, excellent race. We saw it. At least I saw. I was watching the on the spectator that there was a little moment between you and Sarver coming out of the pits. What happened there?
I got just a better stop, I guess, and I ended up sneaking out in front of him, and he bumped my rear end. And that was the last I saw him.
Absolutely rocketed away. Mike Farrow, D4 rocket ship. Absolutely amazing race. How were the track limits for you?
I only got one limit. I definitely was
Wow.
on the edge a couple of times.
I mean, that's
Hey,
pretty
that's-
impressive. I think I
That's
was on
really
more than
good
one
for
yesterday. Yeah.
yeah, that's really good for Paul Ricard. So yeah, that's awesome to only be on one limit. It makes things a little bit more relaxing, especially when you're in a good position. If you're in a good position with a bunch of limits, it could be stressful.
Just kind of keep doing what I was doing and not have to worry about any limits. So it was good.
Great.
A lot of fun. I was nervous coming into the race, but I guess I didn't have to be.
Nerves have been
no, not at all.
lifted, so to say.
Yes, sir.
Well, Mike, amazing job, P2. Looking forward to challenging maybe for the podium positions maybe next race. How do you feel about Nürburgring?
I'm not sure. I haven't run too many laps, but then again, I didn't run many laps at Paul Ricard either.
Well,
But-
clearly paid off, eh? P2.
Yeah, lots of practice. Just keep grinding away.
Yeah, good stuff. I mean, in no time you're going to be up in the upper divisions. Since you were D6 last season, D4 now. I mean, if the trend continues, D2,
Don't say
D1
that.
maybe.
I wanted to stay at D6, but
Yeah, I remember you wanted to team with who was it, Sean Keenan, right? And then
yes, sir.
you got moved to D4. Look
Yeah.
at you now, podium finisher. In no
Yeah,
time
let's
you're going to
see
be
if we
moving
can
up.
keep it up.
Yeah, I'm afraid you're not going to be staying here for long, Mike. Sorry, bud.
Do I got to sandbag a little bit or what?
I mean, I'm not going to say yes, but I'm not going to say no.
Wink, wink. Yeah.
Yeah. Any shout outs before we let you go back?
Just my wife. She's at work today, and my teammate. He's also at work, so I had to do something special to cover for him. I guess I did.
That
Hey,
you
I
did,
think
yeah,
a
for sure.
P2, yeah, it does.
I'll take
Yeah, I
it.
think that covers it. Yeah.
For sure. Congrats again on the P2,
Thanks,
and
boys.
looking forward to seeing you on track. I mean, you produced some epic battles. Super clean driving, super clean
Yeah, it was a lot of
passing.
fun.
So, yeah, looking forward to see you on track next week at Nürburgring. We'll send you back now.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
You too. Thank you,
Ciao.
Mike Farrow. I mean, D6 to D4, P2 in his first race. It's pretty sweet. no?
Huge. Yeah, that's a huge race for him.
It's a huge
so,
jump
Mega
up, too.
result.
Awesome.
Oh my goodness, D6 to D4 is it's craziest thing I've heard so far.
That's a
Oh,
big
yeah.
jump, yeah, for sure.
Anyway, one more. We got Vincent Nicolette. I mean, I suppose we would interview our silver winner, but he is our overall and silver winner. So
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, you don't really get to see that every day, don't you? But yeah,
They're just
let's
bagging
bring
silver, you know it.
Vincent. Oh yeah, let's bring him up. Where is? There it is. Vincent Nicolette. Am I saying that right? I think I am. P1, dude. Congrats. Talk us through it. If he's here. Is he here?
We got a mic.
Vincent.
Vincent,
Oh, sorry, I was on mute.
Hello.
Oh, there we go.
So, yeah, really unexpected. I haven't raced in almost 6 months. It was my first race back, so
we had someone like
really
that
happy.
come in too.
That's our it's our second
pretty good race
podium.
back, dude.
Yeah, yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, so how did you feel about that race? I mean, that was it seemed to be, at least for the last half a little bit quiet. When did you notice that Sweeney had a bad pit and that you were effectively leading?
Yeah, I was wondering what happened to him. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to catch him, so I undercut him a little bit, and I guess it paid off. I had clean air going back out. Couple more laps, I may not have held the lead. I think the guy behind me was a little bit faster. My tires were getting cooked a little bit, but I'm quite happy about the race overall.
Yeah, well, I bet. I mean, that was by the end of that, you had a massive lead and seemed like you could be, have a nice quiet races, which is a lot of times what you want. How are you on track limits? Paul Ricard can be hard on track limits. Where were you sitting at for track limits?
I think I had all of them. I never went out. Like maybe twice I went out over limits. So yeah, I was pretty good.
Wow, that's great.
One more speed token in hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, P1, I would say, like, usually it's gold drivers that finish, but there's a silver lockout on the top 3. You expect yourself to be moved after this, or?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I was gold a couple of seasons ago. I'm not sure how much time I'll have to practice. This one I had a little bit more time. I have a young daughter, so I'm not sure how much seat time I'll have between these sessions.
Well, let's hope that you can continue the already amazing trend. Starting, well, I think it was a P5 qualifying lap. It was already mega, considering that, you know, the track conditions weren't in your guys' favor as the silvers had fast conditions. But I mean, you make do with what you got, and you definitely, you know, capitalized on what happened in front of you. So, I mean, it's perfect racecraft from my view. Any shout outs before we send you back?
No, nothing. Thank you guys for everything. I'll watch the stream. Thank you for spending the time and streaming our race.
There's a lot of things going on this stream, by the way.
Oh yeah, you're gonna love watching it back.
You're gonna love it was a crazy race.
Start off lap 1 too.
Oh yes, oh yes. All right. Well, thank you again, Vincent. Congrats on the P1 finish. Hoping to see you fighting at the front again. And yeah, I mean, I think actually I shared the track with you a few seasons ago, so it's good to see a familiar face up there.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it was a time where you were sandbagging D4, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
That goes
called
out.
I deserve it. I deserve that. Anyway, congrats again, Vincent. Yeah, we'll send you back.
Okay, thanks.
Bye bye.
Something
Catching strays.
Yeah, catching strays for the
absolute
sandbag.
Unbelievable.
This guy, yeah, I can't believe we had a silver lockout for the top 3. I mean, you know, a lot of times at the beginning of the season we could see some changes, you know, between silvers and gold, but yeah, looking forward to next week. We have Nürburgring, very different track than Paul Ricard. So it should be interesting to see how the drivers adapt to such a different track.
Yeah, a lot less
tough.
high-speed stuff. There's more turns, and maybe they might accidentally switch it up to the Nordschleife. But just that would be fun. That would be a fun.
I
would love that.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Yeah, because the worst part, or in my opinion, the worst part of the track of Nords is the GP circuit. But you know, anyway, it still is a good track.
I hate Sector 3 so much.
Oh yeah, I like so the only part of the track I'm not a fan of is the Sector 1, you know, for the Mercedes arena, but it's still a good track. It still has good racing. I quite, you know, enjoy, so I'm looking forward to it. I like the elevation too in it. There's some interesting braking zones, especially in the Lexus. But yeah, it's an interesting track, and I think will be a fun race. If today is anything to go by.
Well,
I don't think you can get more eventful than today.
Oh yeah, definitely more eventful. I mean, look at the circuit.
Yeah.
Anyways, that has been the first race of Division 4. You've seen your top 3. You know what to expect for next week. We are taking the cars to Germany. We will be staying in America or wherever our respective countries are. But
I'm in the country of Florida, so
we will be. But again, we are taking it to the Nürburgring next week, and we would love to see all of the viewers from this race pop in for the next stream. I have been Marlon Abubo with my 2 co-commentators, Anton Rushevich, Donovan Colton. We'll be back next week, hopefully with more action-packed racing. Goodbye.